Can I start, sir?
Yes, please.
Namaste from India. I am Shweta, educationist and placement chairperson in ISAB, and for today, I am the host of this wonderful session. And with the great honor, on behalf of Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council, extend warm welcome to the chief guests and to all the eminent speakers, excellencies, and honored delegates. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a great pride and profound purpose that we have gathered here today for the international conference on the SDG Agenda 2030, hosted by the Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. The conference theme is that building a world of peace amid global challenges resonate deeply with the aspiration of humanity at this pivotal moment in history. Today, we have joined as a thinker, change maker, global citizen to reflect, discuss, and collaborate on solutions that can guide our world toward peace, sustainability, and shared prosperity. As we stand in the midst of the global crisis, ranging from climate change and economic disparities to the conflicts and humanitarian emergencies, the urgency of our collective action is required. Special thanks to the esteemed organization, Vishwa Humanity, United International Royal Council, and the leaders behind the action plan, Dr. Radha Rautsa and Dr. Caroline Ma'am. A round of applause for them, please. So before we start the program, I would take a moment to talk about the organization and about the leaders involved. The Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council is a global humanitarian and leadership organization dedicated to promoting peace, unity, sustainable development, and human welfare through international collaboration, educational initiatives, and strategic advocacy. It works towards the empower your communities and support global efforts aligned with the United Nations SDG frameworks. Now, coming towards the leaders that who have worked so hard to bring this platform to this level. So, talking about Honorable Raja Rao, sir, who is the chairman of the organization, is driven by an unending quest for wisdom, devotes his high life to philosophy and positivity. His versatile talents leads him to hold influential role dedicated to global unity and social welfare. As a leader in cultural, diplomatic, and educational organization, he worked to uplift communities and to nurture human potential. His contribution to peace building, child welfare, human rights reflected his deep compassion for society. So, remarkable journeys stand as inspiring testaments to service, knowledge, and purposeful leadership. Now, talking about our dear ma'am, Professor Dr. Caroline, who is Managing Director, is dynamic leader known for her diverse role in social service, education, and global initiative. As a managing director of the organization and founder of the Life Foundation, she is championed empowerment and sustainability. Her academic excellence as an English professor complements her dedication to helping the all category students. Her national and international awards highlights her impactful contribution um, and she stand as an inspiring symbol of compassion, resilience, and services. Now, may I take an opportunity to invite ma'am for the welcome note and to set the tone for today's international conference. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, Sweta ma'am, for inviting me. It's a great honor to be on this prestigious platform, inviting all the dignitaries around the globe. I invite all eminent, honorable speakers from every part of the world who joined us, Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council, to address SDG Agenda 2030. I'm Dr. Caroline. Namaste from India. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the global speakers. We all gathered here, as I said, to address SDG Agenda 2030. As eminent educators, philanthropists, humanity. We are filled with humanity, our heart with humanity. We have to address these issues. We know very well United Nations had developed 2030 agenda, that is Sustainable Development Goals agenda, to establish or to accomplish by 2030. And this is the year 2025. How many years left over? Only 5 years left over to accomplish the agenda. So it is a responsibility of every individual to focus on the issues, the burning problems where the children, youth, and the elders are facing. So it is important that everyone has to have a fruitful life with good health, good prosperity, having every day good amount of food. We know very well the environment is highly polluted. We are suffering a lot with climate change, and there is a lot of risking climate risk, which is risking the health of the people, and we need to address. Poverty is an important topic where we have to focus that many of the vulnerable are facing a lot of problem without food. So we have to strive to have a great benefit. We have to strive hard for the benefit of the vulnerable and the children. We know very well most of the part of the world are not having a healthy life. Especially youth are addicted to the drugs and they're not leading any healthy life. United Nations has set 17 sustainable development goals, and we know each and every thing, and they are interconnected. We want to have a healthy life. We need to have pure air and pure water to drink and good food to eat, a balanced diet. But everything is a problem. Most of the countries are suffering with high population, especially India with full density. Population density is high, and most of the people in rural areas are suffering a lot with the lack of food, lack of good health, good water, that is pure water, and education. And the girl children are in vulnerable conditions. Early childhood marriages, if we observe, that deteriorates their health, and that has to be addressed. So every problem has to be addressed by the educators of different parts of the world, and not simply addressing, try our best level to find the solutions, how best we are implementing at our level. As an educator and the managing director of the Vishwa Humanity United International Travel Council and chairman of the Life Foundation, I'm trying my best level to achieve at my level that I can accomplish the agenda, one of the agenda, that is education. I'm supporting the vulnerable slum children to have good education, quality education, and to improve their standards of life. I'm trying my best level to give them good diet. And as a counseling psychologist, I'm counseling students to have a clean mind so they will not be attracted to the bad habits and be addicted to the drugs. So in this way, I'm trying my best level to have gender equality, providing good education to girls and boys, and making girl children to live happily with all comforts at their level. So in this way, I'm trying my best level to implement the Sustainable Development Goal 4 and helping the vulnerable. So I feel that it is a responsibility of every citizen to focus on the Agenda 2030, and we all have to gather and try our best level to develop certain solutions for the problems and how best we are implementing at our level. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your words and for this strong start. And rightly said that implementation is really important on the set goals, which UN has already set. And as an individual, we have to take that responsibility. Thank you very much. Now, moving ahead, now I would take an opportunity to invite Raja Rao sir for his word. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Greetings, everyone. It is indeed my great honor and a heartfelt joy to welcome you all to this International Conference 2025 on SDG Agenda 2030. I extend my warm appreciation to all our esteemed speakers who have prepared thought-provoking presentations representing diverse fields of education, environment, social justice, innovation, gender equality, and more. So we are going to see many presentations today, around 25. We are very honored to host this event because each of you carries a unique vision that strengthens the global mission of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDG Agenda 2030. I truly believe that knowledge shared is peace multiplied. When leaders, educators, change makers, we all unite in purpose, we ignite a powerful light, one that no darkness can never silence. So I am pleased to share that selected all these 25 presentations from this conference. They will be published as a book with an ISBN number. Then it preserves all our ideas as a permanent contribution to global knowledge. To all our speakers and guests, each of you has been given 10 minutes time for your presentation. So please keep your message powerful, meaningful, and time bound. The program agenda is already shared to you. We have also received nice presentations. We hope that it's going to be a mega event, a mega foundation to hold mega events in future. Once again, I welcome each one of you with open arms and open heart. May this evening be filled with wisdom, inspiration, and hope for the humanity. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so very much, sir. And you rightly said that knowledge can bring that kind of change, and we are quite excited for the book actually. So we are looking forward to listen to all eminent speakers and for their valuable insights. So now moving forward to the discussion, and to start with, leave no one behind. The phrase was a guiding principle of world leaders of 193 countries in solving the most pressing problems of today. This was also actually the official motto set by the United Nations for the Sustainable Development Goals. With this, I take an opportunity to welcome all the eminent speakers today who have joined to share their words. To start with, the very talented and honorable Dr. Deepak L. Walker, sir, who is the chairperson of IEEE Educational Society Chapter Singapore. And sir will be today, I think, speaking about the clean and affordable energy challenges and opportunities. Sir, we are looking forward to hear from you. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Professor Swetaji, for that brief and nice introduction. With your permission, I would like to share my slides so that it can have nice recorded as mentioned by Professor Raja Rao.
Yes, sir.
Okay, Professor
Sure.
Raja Rao, you have to give me permission. Somebody
Yes,
has
sir.
to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Otherwise, I won't. Okay, ready? Yeah, now I can share. Okay, wonderful. Okay, you have to tell me, are you able to view my slides? Because in 10
Yes, sir, but
Okay.
it's not visible clearly. Yes,
Is it
we can
visible
see it.
now?
Yes, sir, perfectly.
Wonderful. Now, thank you very much once again. Yes, it can move. Okay, good, great. Once again, Professor Raja Rao and Professor Caroline, thank you very much for organizing this conference and inviting me to be one of the opening batsmen for the presentation. Okay, I know cricket is one of the very favorite game in India and in this part of the world, and I might use those kind of anecdotes to support my presentation. Also, thank you very much, Professor Sveta, Professor Rajput, and all distinguished our speakers. And I have a pleasure and honor to share with you the challenges mentioned by Caroline G. Maybe some of them we may be able to address, not all, but some of them. though I'm speaking predominantly on affordable and clean energy, I'm titling slightly change the title for peace and prosperity. Okay, I will mention to you why it is. Okay, peace and prosperity, they need to go together. Okay, and as per the SDG Agenda 2030, this is the SDG goal number 7. Okay, goal number 7. Now, all of us know that if we want to prosper, we need energy. Okay, we are energy. We need energy. And rightly mentioned by Professor Caroline that we need clean air, uh, clean food, clean surrounding, clean mind. So all those are very much related. And you must have noticed that there has been wars, real wars happening because of energy, because of the control of energy by few nations, and there has been wars. That is what this peace has been shattered. So therefore, this goal is very important. I will quickly go through that current scenario. What is it stopping us from achieving peace and prosperity? The SD7 dilemma, because of that, what is that dilemma in our mind? And then how we can shift towards, okay, the agenda 2030, smart, clean, and green energy for peace and mind, okay, mind also. And there will be challenges. So some of the challenges will be there. I will highlight some of the opportunities will open up. Summary and conclusion. I hope this agenda is okay with our chairperson and managing director, hopefully, and our, okay, this one. I do not have to repeat this one. There are 17 goals. Okay, and I'm focusing on 7, but at the same time, when I address goal number 7, it also addresses goal number 4, quality education. Goal number 6, clean water, because if your energy is clean, water will be also clean. Because, and at the same time, it will take care of climate actions, because global 2/3 of emissions, they say, are coming because of energy, fossilized energy. Okay, so, and that is what current scenario exactly is very appropriately painted by Caroline in her address. And Professor Rajarao also mentioned about it. So what is it happening? I'm asking this question, is there a scope for hope? Considering our quest for modern, luxurious lifestyle. Okay, geopolitical conflict happening in Middle East crisis, Russia-Ukraine war is going on and on. Rising population, we're almost 8 billion people on this earth, and some places is overcrowded. And our addiction to oil, which is also part of energy, addiction to oil. And we can see that, okay? I know I used to say this one, okay? What we want big houses, big cars. Somehow we are mesmerized by the greedy people like Elon Musk and Trump, President Trump, and others who are only focusing on making themselves rich and others poor without caring for the environment and society. And to address this one, if we can even address one, energy itself, using systematic energy management system, ENMS we call it, which can help better manage our energy use, improve productivity, improve efficiency, reduce our operational cost. This is as per ISO, it is systematic process 2001, industry standards. Okay, and if we adopt this one, I think all of us can move forward properly. Now, question I used to ask this one to youngsters as well as our senior peoples, okay, experts. We have a clear-cut choice. On the left-hand side, we use fossilized energy, which is a coal, oil, or gas, and other one which pollutes, destructive. Now they are calling it destructive. On the other hand, because of the development in science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics, we call STEAM education. I think I will be very happy to help Caroline Madam for promoting this STEAM education for clean and green energy, how it can open up for them various opportunities. And These are there, okay, whether it's solar, wind, okay, micro hydro, bio, whatever it is, okay, they are there now. They have become possible, available. Now, choice is our straight way, whether we should go to destructive bhakas or sustainable jackass choice. You can put in chat box, okay? I know these speakers are already, they are knowing about it. But for youngster, I asked them, which choice will make it? Bhakas or jackass, okay? Sustainable one. And simple road, okay? 2 paths only. If you take left turn, you know where you are going, where we are going now. We will be going in the down the drain, and 2030 will be far off for us. And we just turn around and turn to right. Then we are going towards SDG goal number 7, 20, 30 and beyond. Okay. Simple choice. I'm not making it complicated for anybody. And this is what the message all of us can give it to youngsters, to those who are not convinced. Okay. Or we know how much waste we create. We dump waste, we burn waste, which causes pollution. On the left-hand side, again, left-hand side destruction. On the other hand, if we can use this bio-waste to convert into energy, which is useful to reduce our energy poverty, mentioned by Professor Caroline and Raja Rao, okay, we can use this one because then it is possible to even provide free energy because it is coming from the waste, whatever we are going to throw it. We are throwing it in tons and millions of tons, not small, millions of tons. Again, if you take left turn, burn and dump, then it's going to cause destruction and affect our health, affect our peace and mind. If you take turn around, take a right turn, convert this into using nice process, okay, which will create jobs, which will provide a better air and employability for the youth and others. Choice is ours. Again, jackass right hand side, bhakas on left hand side. Okay, pass on this message to the youth. Process is systematic. I'm going to show this process which is useful to everyone. Okay, what we call is a journey towards the net zero future. Okay, at present we are dominated by fossilized one. Okay, fossilized one. But if we apply simple energy management techniques like conservations, okay, we can save easily 10 to 15%. It is a behavioral change, okay? Something is happening, but still we need to do. Then we have got what we call energy efficiency, process management and technologies. If we use it, we can reduce our further dependent energy consumption by almost 25 to 40%. Now we save this money, which we can be invested into renewables, new and renewables. Save and invest, and systematically within a few years, you'll find that you are suddenly moved from fossilized energy to the new and renewable green energy, which is going to help us. That is what we call it net zero future. Okay, net zero future. Yes, goal number 7, it's affordable and clean energy. We want universal access to modern energy. Modern energy, as I just mentioned to you, increase global percentage of renewable energy. They already set it, double the improvements in energy efficiency. It's possible if all I have to just make an effort, okay? It's not that difficult. Promote access to research, technology, and investment in cleaner research. That is why education institution, research institution, even industry should start investing in research. Government of India has already set up 1 lakh crores fund now. That should be used for this purpose because it's going to change us. Expand and upgrade energy services for developing countries. Most important. Though they have set this goal for 2069, 2070, that is similar to very close to the India's goal for net zero by 2070. If we do this one, we are on that path. Anyone wants to do it, we'll be very happy to support. COP28 decided double the energy efficiency, triple renewables, transit away from fossil fuels. COP28, I think Professor Caroline and Professor Rajarao were there for this pledge. Okay, you remember a couple of years back? Both of you were there. We are very happy you were there for the conference. Okay, and leader speech COP29 Baku, Azerbaijan, triple finance to the developing countries, protecting lives and livelihood. This is what exactly we can use, Professor Caroline. Okay, there is a fund. Adoption of rules for carbon trading. Now for 2030, they are almost make it proper one, but no progress on fossil fuels because the oil lobby is still strong. The fossil lobby is still strong. We need to work for that. Okay, if you have time, just couple of minutes only, not a very long one. It will, okay, just few minutes only.
Strategies for accelerating energy transition towards net zero vision. The unprecedented pandemic, climate crisis, and global conflicts have adversely affected energy transition goals set at the Paris and Glasgow Accords. The top three most significant greenhouse gas emitters, China, the United States of America, and India, have, in principle, set a goal for net zero emissions by the years 2060, 2050, and 2070 respectively. As the world economy attempts to recover from unprecedented pandemics, demand for energy is increasing, and is expected to increase further. Consequently, energy prices and inflation have been rising. While attempts are continuing to address supply-side constraints, they are predominantly focused on fossil energy. In view of almost negligible greenhouse gas emissions and energy security issues, proponents are once again promoting nuclear energy. On the other hand, efforts for the substantial deployment of clean energy resources, including green hydrogen, to address the energy supply, have been made. They are constrained by low reliability, storage, higher cost, and transfer of technology. Measures such as energy conservation, energy efficiency, and clean and green energy technologies in the entire energy supply chain have to be adopted as advocated in the International Energy Management Standard, ISO 50001. In addition, research, development, and deployment of smart, clean, and green energy technologies need to be accelerated. Smart grids, microgrids, smart meters, data analytics, artificial intelligence, and digital twins have a crucial role in the efficient management of the power and energy sector. What strategies can, therefore, be adopted, adapted, and accelerated for an energy transition towards net zero vision is the theme of this presentation.
Okay. I would like to appreciate the efforts of Ajay Venappu, who has prepared this video based on the transcript given to him by me. Okay. Now, question arises. Okay, question arises: is it Make in India, Make in Very with America, Digital India, Digital America, Smart Cities, Swachh Bharat, Clean India, Self-Reliant Atmanirbhar vision feasible without quality, secure, and reliable availability of affordable and clean energy? Okay, that is a question. If you want to give your answer, yes or no, put in chat box. At present, it is not possible. And that is why we are here. That is why this conference is there. Now, how we can change, okay, how we can change the Sustainable Development Goals. This should be discussed at the COP30 in Brazil, Belém, now, but they are not discussing it, okay? We know that sustainable development can be defined as a development that meets the needs of the present, not green, without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs, not green. Because net zero is emission minus absorption is equal to net zero. And therefore, if you want to achieve this one, we need to get away from the greedy people who just want to go after money and they don't care about environment, they don't care about people also, society also. So not greed. Need, yes. Greed, no. Okay. If we modify this, I appeal to these organizers of this conference to modify the definition of Sustainable Development Goals to add these two words into it and then share with it. I think this will have very powerful impact. That is what I will say, because if you want to achieve peace and prosperity in midst of the global challenges, then we need patience. P for patience, peace. E for engagement like this one. We need to act, not slowly. We need to act fast. We need to collaborate. Similar, I think this conference is about the collaboration. And therefore, and through that one, we energize ourselves, energize each one of us, so that the goal of this conference to achieve peace is possible, peace and prosperity. Okay, you can take this quick survey and help me in the research. I put this also in the chat box. Please help in the research so that we can formalize and set our information to Professor Raja Rao and Professor Caroline. They can combine that research and use it for the future. Okay, just to close, I will say net zero pollution, net zero waste, net zero energy at its best. Make them part of everyday routine. Not only for one day. Okay, keep our surroundings clean and clean. If we do that one, we are going to satisfy the goal of peace, prosperity, the mind. Professor Caroline wants to help face the challenges. So this is the one composition. Please help share it. Okay, share it. This is on the LinkedIn. All of us are there. So vision is affordable and clean energy for peace and prosperity. For peace and prosperity. This is what we are promoting it. I'm very happy to join this wonderful group of experts who are trying to make sustainable development goal reality. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to share with you about my views on affordable and clean energy for peace and prosperity, moving SDG Agenda 2030. Thank you very much. I'm done.
Thank you so very much, sir. And your presentation was nicely articulated, and you have framed your words in a very right way that how we can save our energy. Now, moving forward to our next speaker, that Honorable Chitrilekha ma'am, who is the founder and president of the renowned college, Peel College of Professional Studies, Canada. Ma'am will be talking about quality education. I think she will be talking about the quality of education. Over to you, ma'am. We are unable to listen to you, ma'am. You're not audible.
You have to unmute. Ma'am, unmute.
Yeah. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to everyone. This is Chitra Lekha Potnis from Canada. I'm the founder and president of Peel College of Professional Studies, which we have been operating since last decade or so, which is the college is approved by Ministry of Education. And I'm happy to help in this goal, giving importance and quality of education. I know we have been using word quality of education since last many years, and every time when we look at quality and we listen to the quality, every time I find that there's something new which is coming up. And quality of education, quality of life, everything is connected to each other. And once we have some a better learning process and better testing process, definitely the life of our life definitely changes in some way. So, Dr. Rajaram, can I share my slides?
Yes, sir. Now your co-host.
Can I share my slides?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yep. Quality of education, ensuring a brighter future. Now, as I told you that many times we have heard and we have been hearing every time the quality of education. Yes, quality of education matters a lot, which empowers individual, builds knowledge and confidence and skills for the professional growth. And professional growth is again a very continuous process. It cannot be it cannot be stagnant at one place. It is a continuous process which enhances employability. Whatever education you take, whether it's an engineering, medicine, commerce, arts, any kind of education which starts from vocational, non-vocational, higher education, unless it is helping us in employability, Because why we study? Because employability is where the job ready, the education is job ready at the same time. You will see that employability definitely makes a life much better. A quality of life is improved and drives a social progress. It is a duty of every individual, wherever you are living in any part of the world, in which country, it is a duty of a citizen that we need to promote, help community, help the quality, and help society with a better life. Encourage innovation. Innovation, again, a problem solving and lifelong learning, foster creativity, encourages innovation. Innovation is absolutely a very important aspect, that unless you go for every time a new thing which comes up with the new ideas, innovation are again a very prominent part of development of any quality. Improves quality of life. Yes, if the education is imparted in the nice way, in the proper way, and with a good quality, definitely the life is going to be improved. How? Because if you earn a good amount, or the employability is good by having a good education, definitely the life is going to get improved. Strengthens community. Educated individuals contribute to the stronger societies. Yes, because the education is a key of every individual of each and every community, which is very much essential, that education will contribute to the stronger society. Breaks the cycle of poverty. Yes, I told you that if the quality of education is better, if the quality of education is good, definitely it will definitely reduce the poverty, because people are going to get good jobs, they would be able to get good employments, and definitely the life wherever they are living, the life is going to get improved, and which support the sustainable development. Yes, aligns with the global goals for the fair and educated world, because if the life is perfect, if the life is good with a good quality, definitely the goal is also going to be increased. Now, benefits of quality of education, which includes knowledge, personal growth, employability, and citizenship. Now, these are all connections. When if the quality of education is good, if the education which any country, wherever we are, if we are imparting a better quality of education, definitely the knowledge is going to get improved, the personal growth of the learner will improve, and employability will also improve, and employability will help a better citizen in the country where they are living. Now, definition of quality of education. We have been hearing this definition of quality of education since many, many years, and we have been learning about that. Believe me, every time when I look at quality of education, I think that I'm learning something new today. So it gives that it's a very deep meaning. Quality of education is about ensuring that all learners are acquiring knowledge, skills, and value needed to reach their full potential and contributing to community. We have lots of universities around the world, lots of colleges, but everything on this platform, I definitely would like to say that whatever the education is imparted into their organization, see that you give exact a very good quality. A quality of the education is maintained, it is very essential. If the quality is maintained properly, I'm sure employability is going to improve. If the employability is improved, the financial will come part, and with the good finances coming up to the each individual, definitely the life of that individual will also improve. So quality of education has an impact, and it has definitely it's a growth of a country. Importance of quality of education. Definitely, it unlocks the individual potential, fosters economic growth and development, promotes social mobility and equality, enhances civic engagement and participation. Now, why quality of education matters? We have been talking since many, many years. I have heard and I have been a part of many conferences, and I've spoken on different levels as well. But every time, quality education matters again. How it matters? Because the right teacher, right education, right learner, all this plays a role. And if you get the right ingredients, if the right learner, right teacher, definitely the output which is coming out with this quality will be beneficial to definitely society and for himself as well. Now, key components of quality of education. Now, the way I said that now, what are the key components? Qualified and motivated teachers, they are also a part of this quality of education. Relevant and inclusive curriculum, supportive learning environment, and adequate resources and infrastructure. Now, what makes a good quality? It is not only related to the students coming into the college or in university. It is with the teachers, those who are highly qualified, whether they are good orators, whether they are able to teach, and whether they are able to impart this education to the brains of children, brains of students, and a relevant curriculum which is required today by the industry. So we'll have all educational systems, universities and colleges, they also has to see that whatever they are teaching are not obsolete. It has to be with matching with the today's industrial requirement, and definitely which matches to the requirement of the country as well, wherever you are learning and wherever you are studying. And supportive learning environment, that it supports from the management, from the university or wherever students are learning and the teachers are teaching. Adequate resources and infrastructure, because without resources, without infrastructure, quality is nowhere. So we all together has to see whether uh, all these things are available at the educational level or not. Now, challenges of quality of education. Now, challenges are very common. We see that if suppose sometime a very limited access to the educational portal or education, so the educational system has to see whether the student, those who have admitted to the university or college, are they getting access to the education system? Are they able to help? Whether the learning management system, LMS systems are being imparted, because if you will see that LMS systems are very, very common and they are very helpful even at the student level and a teacher's level. The challenges are, if the systems are not in place, poor teacher training and support, inadequate resources and infrastructure, social and economic inequalities. Now, yes, these are the challenges, and I think with this education, we are responsible to come out of these challenges. We are responsible to help these kind of educational institutions and universities, to support them, to giving them an access to education with a good teachers. And challenges, every university and education centers has to see that they do not have these kind of challenges, or they are reducing this. Role of technology in quality education. I told you, enhances to education, personalized learning experience, increases efficiency and effectiveness, facilitates teacher professional development, harnessing technology for quality. Now, how we quality of education is improved, which enhances the education system, personalized learning systems, increases efficiency and effectiveness. Now, quality of education again is mainly based on the system where the ingredients are included, where students, teacher, infrastructure, and the output which gets into the market. Now, we have been talking about the system and the quality circle constantly and every time, but with the development of AI, machine learning, with the development of every country's employability and the skills required, now we have to keep in mind that whatever the teaching has been taken care in the class, it is with respect to the country, we have to teach proper, appropriate education which will support to the employment. Now, measuring systems are very different. Those days when we were in school, where there was a different assessment procedures, now the assessments are totally different. On the IT platforms, students are able to take their test and they are able to clear the exams. If they are not able to clear, they can rewrite the test. So technology plays a very efficient role. At the same time, the evaluation and feedback has also been taken care by technology, and school and systems are level assessment, international benchmarking. Again, international benchmarking. We know that in education, a lot of students are migrating to various parts of world to take education. But when they are taking education in different part of world where they have grown up, In that case, they need to see that whether they are acting up to the level of international education system. That will help them to the quality of education. And improving teachers' quality, again, teachers' quality improvement, I always say, teachers and professors, and even I am a professor, I am a teacher. I always feel that 30, 40 years ago, whatever I have learned is obsolete. I need to learn constantly. A constant education, constant continuing education is very essential for the professional growth. Every time, the way we are sitting here, we are learning. We all are learning from each other. It's a learning process, and professional development is very essential. Mentoring, coaching, collaborative planning, and peer support. But quality of education is not only with the notes, it is not only with the teacher how you teach, but how he collaborates with the.
I think there's some network issue, I guess. Chitlika ma'am, am I audible?
Hello?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
So when I was in the college, I have not learned this. Now, what happens is, yeah, it is true. When you are in the school or university, you haven't learned. But now, if you want to be in the education, and even if you are out of education, it's our right to learn constantly, constant professional development, and constantly continuous education. Continuously, you are learning. That is very essential, because if you have a learning skill, if you are good at learning, I am sure you will be able to impart a good quality of education and good education to the youngsters. Community engagement and quality education. The role of community in quality education, parental involvement and support, community partnership and resources, corporate social responsibility, and community-led initiative. Role of community in quality education. Yes, we have been teaching, imparting education to in colleges and universities, where these students are getting employed, where in various communities and industries. So are they able to do their job properly? So that connection is also very important, education and community, because it is not only between the four walls that you are learning, writing test and getting a good marks. No, it has to get implemented, and it has to get joined to the community. Then only we are able to help society. And that is a way of education where we say that education is best quality, because finally, ultimately, the students coming out or graduates coming out from the college and universities, they are going to get employed in the community. Community means not only the NGOs, the industries, NGOs, and different ways. Now, I would definitely ensuring quality education for all. Quality education is a fundamental human right and essential for achieving sustainable development. Believe me, I am running a college. I have been since many years. If you don't maintain the quality, definitely in a way that students are not benefited and industries are not benefited. For having a beneficial in terms of education, in terms of giving right education and helping industries wherever you are, the better quality, a good quality of education is very important. And quality, it doesn't mean only with teaching. The quality is based on the students when they take admission, where they are really interested in the field, what they are getting into. Not because that your parents are saying that you have to do X course or Y course or Z course. No, student also has to understand whether he or she is really liking the program. Once he likes the program, whether he or she is getting a correct instructors, correct teachers, those who are properly qualified. Once they are properly qualified, the systems and infrastructure are in place. Are they able to get through the learning management systems and various systems related to education, which will definitely assess their learning styles as well and their assessment. And once they are graduated, are they able to get employment? If they are not able to get employment, why? What is the reason? Whether they are lacking in professional development, where they are lacking in soft skills, whether they are lacking in technology, whether they are lacking in learning styles, everything has to be taken care. And if they are employed, it's good. So that means the complete cycle of quality of life or a quality of education is completed only when a student enters and gets into industry, or he is rightfully employed, or you can say that he is gainfully employed in the in his own field. So education quality, every time we have been hearing it, and I have been hearing, I had attended many programs, many seminars, and every time I see that the quality, I see a different definition, a different angle of looking at quality. And quality, unless we have a good quality of learning styles, the nation's economic development will never be is never be grown. So in everybody's life, education is prime. If we want to increase or improve our lifestyle, education plays a prime role. So I would definitely would like to say that the quality of education with the goal SDG goal, and which plays a very significant role in human life. Wherever you are in any part of the world, yes, right education, right quality of education will definitely change a person's life and a country's or that area's life. So thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak about the education. And thank you very much. And thank you to the listeners, those who have listened. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. And being educated can relate to your words, so that quality education can definitely bring a change and in the employability. Now we are having our honorable chief guest over here. With a great honor and pride, we extend a warm welcome to the Honorable Imperial Majesty Elahan Madani Ma'am, who stands as a symbol of dignity, wisdom, and refined leadership. She is a director, royal producer, designer, and actress, and also known for a commanding presence and a legacy shaped by vision and strength. Ma'am, welcome. On behalf of Vishwa Humanity, I welcome you. And over to you, ma'am. We are all here to listen from you and to get motivated and inspired. Ma'am, you are not audible, I guess.
We had
So I
an
guess
error
ma'am
program.
is. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Now you are audible. Now you are audible, please.
there was a microphone to recording at the same time. Hold on. Let me go back to, sorry about that. Okay, you hear me now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Shall we repeat it again? Start.
Ma'am, definitely we are all here to listen from you. And thank you for your presence. Over to you, please.
In the name of Mercy God, thank you all of your honorable members of this beautiful organization that is fast growing since 3 years ago that I became patron of this beautiful organization. I see that how much you are improving, how much your members are growing. So we are going to start about SDG 17 goal of SDG. That is very important, of course. And we believe and we are motivated, all of us, by 2030, that we can make a big, good impact in the world of humanitarian in all over the globe. So poverty is the first goal. No poverty is the first goal of the SDG in United Nations. I've been in Africa many times. However, I was also in India. But recently I visited Africa again, and I see still poverty is very influential impact in the education of the women and youth. So I am focusing today on the quality education and gender equality. So for sure, without the empty stomach, we cannot study. All of us studied and we came here. So we had some enough food to eat. So I believe that first, the stomach of the people need to be at least a bit full. They cannot focus on a study. I was in the University of Obafemi, and Obafemi means Kings loves me. So it's a beautiful name for the university. So how a king can love a university if king or royalty doesn't help? So I am the royalty. I've been appointed as a royal queen to some kingdoms. And for me, it's very important to step forward as a role model, as a mother. We have the crown, but this crown is not visible so many times. This crown is a divine crown. I am having the crown, but I'm not saying that I am above the cloud. I am a mother on the ground for you. So we want to shake our hands and make a great impact in the world. So each of us can do something, one step after another. People are expecting us. People are expecting we do something great. Now royalty or nobility or being philosopher or scientist is not about just doing and gathering everything. We have to spread and give too. But how we can? I believe that by the 17th goal of the SDG, 17th goal, that is partnership, we can make it happen. How? I'm bringing an example that, for example, you know that I am a film director producer. So when I was in Obafemi University in Ile-Ife, I noticed that kings before or government also have done a lot of great things. They didn't have a solar system. They couldn't study well under the flickering candle before. It was not enough for them, but they created a path for education for their studies well, for them to study very good by the adding the lights. So they enlighten their physical world in order to enlighten their spiritual entities. That means that they can study now better. Kids now, or they can get a scholarship. How? By us. You and me are together. And it's not only about Africa, it's about all around the world. You and me can make great things, great step. Let's do forward. How? I was talking about me as a film director, producer. I am about to make some great events in different parts of the world where they call us to come. So we can bring the brands, the designers. We can make like a showcasing their talents. We can raise the funds. Even $1 from each can be a lot. Look at me. I have over 2 million followers. Can you think about if we make a campaign and each of the followers just give $1? $2 million is going to be gathering easily. So I need you take my hand, I take your hands, and make a great campaign to fund great things that we can do. I can teach students. I can give them, I myself, I'm just starting from I to see that I am doing. So you need to come on the board. So I can teach them and we can produce movies on the university, on the campus. We can invite celebrities worldwide from Bollywood. They're very interested to come to Nollywood. Why not? So now we can bring the Bollywood and Nollywood together, and I can bring Hollywood also, Tollywood. Why not? Let's make it happen and bring them in the campus. I can talk to the deans because I'm about to become assistant professor also there, because I cannot live forever there. So it's like adjunct professor. So I can be adjunct professor to other universities. We can use, so I'm giving the solution. We can use our campus as a room. We don't charge the host. We don't charge the guest. We can create a package to bring all of these celebrities, right? Just think about Shah Rukh Khan. Can you imagine the Bollywood king? If he come to Nollywood, what will happen? It's good for Shah Rukh Khan too, Salman Khan. Think about all those things. And if they accept our proposal, we can make great film by all of us. Campus University, royalty, their name, your organization name, everybody that is hearing us. So we can write a script by our talent. My festival, that is Wind International Film Festival, also is working based off SDG, because wind means women inspiring new direction. So it's about gender equality and about women empowerment. We are motivating youth to come. So we can create a awarding show in any part of the world that they ask us to come. And through the selling the tickets, we can bring a lot of investors there, a lot of attendees there. So think about this step we can do. Is going to help the SDG to be seen, to be heard, and motivate more people to attend. So it's not hard at all, but we need some move, some push. So I believe that as a director, I'm always like pushing action. And I know that you, dear lady, and Dr. Raja and all of the designators, honorable members that are hearing and watching this live stream can do a lot. And I'm so thankful all of you. Any question?
Thank you so very much, ma'am, for your kind words, actually. So we are quite, flattered to hear that you have talked about the collaboration and your presence elevated the event, and your words left a lasting impact on every attendees. We deeply appreciate your time and thought you invested in sharing your expertise with us. Ma'am, now I would request Sir Rajarao Sir and Kalin Ma'am to share their point of view, the chairman and the MD, please. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, Majesty. Thank you so much. We are honored and humbled to have your wonderful presence. On behalf of Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council, on behalf of all our guests, speakers, and international delegates, I extend my deepest gratitude for your inspiring, powerful, and enlightening keynote address. We know that the moment you said yes to this program, that movement it has taken to our next level. So we are honored and humbled by your presence. Our journey together started in 2020 with many aspirations, homes during the pandemic time. Really, you encouraged us, motivated us a lot, especially our kids. Still, even today, they talk about you every day. So we are honored and humbled with your presence, Excellency. Today, your words were not just a speech, they seem to be a vision for sustainable development goals and that path, Vision 2030. Then a vision of peace, compassion, human dignity, and collective responsibility that resonate deeply with our theme, building a world of peace amid global challenges. Thank you so much. And your presence has, as I said, it has elevated this conference to a higher level of meaning, and your message has ignited new energy in all our speakers, participants, the guests, whoever attended. We are truly honored and grateful that you joined us today, and we sincerely appreciate the time, wisdom, and warmth you have shared with us. Thank you so much. And I request Professor Dr. Vijay Kanil ma'am to share a few words of thanks now.
Thank you very much, HRM Majesty, Empress Madani. It's a great
Welcome.
honor to be here. We're so delighted. Every word of yours touched our heart and it inspired us, ignited our minds. Definitely, we have a great collaboration and move ahead how best we can implement sustainable development goals together. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you for taking a valuable
Thank
time and presenting
thank you
here.
so much. Thank you so much. I have two matters that I want to add here. That look, we are making a lot of good conference live stream, but after that, I myself need to have you again, because when I have an event, I need Dr. Raja also be in charge, please, to invite our honorable members. This is a big organization. You are doing a lot of great things for the world. And I would like to invite you in some of royal events that we are making in different parts of the world. We are going to UAE also. So I want you come, because UAE is not far to India. And I like you also invite me to India if there is any great events. Let's our members, our royal council members, expand large. We need these matters happen. So I take one part of it, I put it on my shoulder, then the rest by each of us can be easier. Okay, we are the mothers and fathers of our children. And another thing that I want to tell that, because my Facebook, as of jealousy of some bad eggs, we call it in Africa, we say bad eggs, was hacked. I would like to invite you to come to my new Facebook, also Instagram and video, YouTube and TikTok. That is HRM, means Her Royal Majesty. HRM, Empress Madani. So that is the main. So I'm here to announce that if there is another pages, that is not my page. So some often people are taking the identity of the celebrities and royalties. So I am not responsible about any other pages. So my page is HRM Empress Madani. So consider about this matter and kindly join together after this seminar. We can make more events really in
Thank
real
you.
life.
Thank you
Thank
very
you so
much.
much. Thank
Great
you.
honor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Very welcome.
Thank you so very much, ma'am. Thank you. And thanks to the chairman and the MD also. So moving forward, having the complete insight and with the great zeal, now I will invite our next eminent speaker. With the due permission from Fraulein D. Mavosa, can I invite Dr. Meena Sharma, ma'am, as she's having flight to catch? So Dr. Meena, she is professor and head of department in Universal AI University, and ma'am will be talking about SDG 5 gender equality. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are.
Thank you. So, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Dr. Rajara Padigili, sir, Dr. Carolyn, ma'am, distinguished delegates, esteemed colleagues, and my dear friends. And thank at the outset, thank you so much for this invitation. I'm really honored to speak on the stage. And today we gather today at a pivotal, this is a pivotal moment for everyone, where the entire world is facing a sustainable development goal. We all are trying to achieve that goal. All the organizations and the people and the government together coming and doing all those things, you know. So today I'll be talking about reimagining gender equality 2030. Let me share my screen with all of you. Just a moment. Dr. Shweta, would you please
Yes,
allow
you
me?
please. Now you please.
Yeah, sure, please. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Yes. So today I'll be talking about reimagining gender equality 2030. And, let me, see, when we are talking about gender equality, it's not about what the problems are there. It's about what is the current stage, what are our achievement. Definitely there are achievements, but there are some points where we are not, able to, reach the point what we have discussed, we have decided. And then what is the roadmap? How can we solve it? This is the motto of my today's speech. So today, I'll speak about gender equality and the goal of achieving it by 2030. So gender equality is not just a moral imperative, it is essential for sustainable development, economic growth, and peace. It also adds value to the nation's GDP, and it improves the quality of women and the income and the quality of society where we stay. So let me discuss quickly on the current state currently when we are looking after the gender equality. So I can see that the global gender gap score in 24 was 68.5%. This is as per the World Economic Forum report. And it means that 31.5% of the measurable gap remains unclosed. So these we have to focus on this, but definitely we have done a lot of things on that. Similarly, when I'm talking about the political representation of women, that is also very low. As of 1st January 2024, as per the report, women held 26.9% of seats in national parliament worldwide, not only in India, but in the entire world. So a modest rise since 2025, it is witnessed, but far from the parity. For example, only a handful of countries having 50% of plus representative in the national legislature. Even the women's are lagging behind in the decent pay work. Not only India, but almost all the countries. Then we can see that the leadership and the decision making that is also remain unequal, not only in the private sector but in the public sector also. In the various organization there are definitely women has the number of participation of women is increased up to a certain limit. Next, I would like to talk about, according to World Bank data, 1 in 3 women, they experienced physical or sexual violence. This is really a matter of concern. Here, when I'm talking about this one, for example, intimate partner violence and femicide remains major threat worldwide. The other point I would like to say, there is a large gap persist in economic participation and quality of work. So we have seen that women participation and access to decent paid work lag behind many reasons. And the legal restrictions still exist. In many countries, many restrictions are there. For example, restrictions remain in dozens of economies on the type of job women can do or participate in for survival. For example, I'm the head of the department at India's first AI university. Even there, it's a management university. Various courses are there, various programs are there, but I'm talking about the management course. So I have witnessed that the girls, they do not go, only few girls, they just select marketing as their specialization. And the reason behind this, they say, madam, when I'll get married, I am not aware my family people will allow, number one. Similarly, second, the most important point, it is said that the marketing is a field of men and not a girl, right? So there is a large gap that exists in the women's participation in some uh, occupation or job. But there are some achievements. Let us see what are the achievements. The most and the best part is that education nearing the parity. There is a large number of educational attainment that is witnessed. The educational gap has narrowed substantially. The Global Gender Gap Report shows educational attainment is close to parity in many countries. This is because of the number of women enrollment has been increased, and they are getting some good quality training also. So this is one point where I can say that it is achieved. Number second point that is also achieved, that is about the improved health and survival indicators. So health and survival dimensions in the global gender gap index has largely closed. This is because of reduction in the because of the availability of medical facilities, and the doctors are available and the medicines are available, and we can see that there is a reduction in maternal mortality and improved child health in many settings. Next point, I would like to say that more women in leadership in public offices, it is growing, but the rate of growth is very slow. So this is achievement, but not, it is little bit less as compared to the other things. Then I would like to focus that the growing legal reforms and policy commitment. So we all have witnessed, we all are working at the higher level, and we have witnessed that lot of changes have been done. Reformed laws on discrimination, parental leave, maternity leave, gender violence, then menstrual leave. These leaves are implemented, and that is also included in the HR policies by the organizations. Then recognition of economic cases for gender equality. It means major analysis shows that closing gender gap boosts growth. It's the growth of a person, growth of women, growth of family, and the growth of country. Now there are some challenges. Let us see what are the challenges. The first is the slow political empowerment. We see that even in Indian politics and the politics of other countries, the participation of women is less. So now the rate is increasing, but there are some issues. We can say that the other point I would like to focus, that is societal norms in our society. The women's are not not allowed by the parents, sometime by the husband or by the family members. There are many restrictions for women. Then perception of people are different towards men and women, right? They do not focus on their skill, they do not focus on their capability and the capacity and their knowledge, but they more focus on this is the men, this is the women. Because of because of this perception, there are gap exist. There is, we can say that there is a wage gap, there's a lot of discrimination between men and women in the organization. That is witnessed, that is really seen. There are some conscious biasness and there are some unconscious biasness. That is a matter of concern for us. Next challenge is gender bias violence. There are high femicide rates. This is really a matter of concern. As I said, a lot of violence has been taken place, and around 140 women and girls killed per day by intimate partners and relative was reported. It is a dire indicator of safety failure, as per one of the news channel. This information is taken from there. Then insufficient and poorly targeted funding and implementation. So there is a lack of funding for child care facility, elderly care facilities. So this is there. Here we have to focus a little bit more. Then there is a gap in the data gaps and measurement units. So when I'm talking about the incomplete data, so I am majorly focusing on the women working in informal sector. I have conducted my research on women female waste pickers in PCMC and Pune area. So where I come to know that the how many women are working as a rag picker, not aware. Exact numbers are not available with the government. And my finding says I met with them and I visited their home and I identified that 98% of female are working. They're collecting waste, segregating it, selling it, and then they're fulfilling their basic needs. So 98% of women, they are the bread earner of their family, but it is not mentioned in the government documents. So these are some of the challenges. Data are not available. Then there is a slow progress growth toward gender equality. That is only 38 countries have made 18 the minimum age of marriage with no exception, and only 63 countries had laws on rape that were based on the lack of consent. Women perform 2.5 times as many hours of unpaid domestic and care work as men. only 56.3% of women aged 50 to 15 to 49 who are married or in a union full decision-making power over their sexual and reproductive health and rights. Then one more thing, since I am associated with AI University, it has been seen there is a wide gap between the knowledge or the technology or AI among men and women, that we have to focus on that, right? So there are some opportunity for men, for women also. Then AI can amplify women's voice, then identify systematic disparities, remove the biasness during the recruitment, during the performance appraisal. By using AI tool, biases can be reduced. I am taking training for that also. That is the reason I am just mentioning over here. Then next is about some of the suggestions. Number one, it is a reform discriminatory laws. It means there should be no discrimination between men and women. Child funding should be given for child care, elderly care, and these type of things. Then invest in care infrastructure, strengthen GBV responses. It means there should be no violence. It should not be on paper, but actually it should be. Then boost women leadership. The leadership position should be given to a person irrespective of their gender, whether male, female, LGBTQ or anyone. It should be pure based on competency based and skill based. Improve data and gender budgeting. The data, government people, there's a request to them that they should gather data from the women, those who are working in the informal sector. Then so the when I'm talking, so for concluding my speech, I would say that gender equality is achievable. Definitely it is achievable, but it requires strong law, funding and social change. In 2030 it is a shared responsibility, responsibility of all of us. So for many countries, dimensions like these things are happening. And to meet the 2030 promises, we need urgency, stronger laws, funded services and so on. So gender equality is achievable only but if policymakers, private sector, public sector and we all come together. And last but not the least, I would say, Dr. Rajara Padigili sir, thank you so much. Carolyn ma'am, thank you so much. And I, thank every participants also, or everyone, esteemed participants. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and listening me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. And this was really researched, details which you have mentioned, and the minutes and the requirement is here to have that action where equality is been served, because still this problem is there everywhere. So thank you once again. Now moving forward to and to thanks with the patient to Professor Ferlin D. Mabosa, who is a professor in the Philippines Merchant Marine Academy. Sir, over to you for your thoughtful and insightful view on the
Uh,
topic, please.
Good evening, everyone, distinguished delegates, team speakers, organizers, and friends joining us from around the world via this global platform. So I am deeply honored to be part of this vital conversation, which is hosted by the Vishwa Humanity United International Royal Council. Our gathering today is guided by our inspiring truth about sustainable development goals are not distant dreams. They are today's duties for tomorrow's dignity. This sentiment must not be the compass for every discussion we have tonight. We're meeting at a moment of profound global turbulence, a period marked by policy crisis, escalating conflicts, deep inequalities, and rapidly changing climate. In this context, our core thesis must be clear. Peace is not merely the absence of war, it is active presence of justice, equity, and sustainable development, which the 2030 Agenda is designed to deliver. We must fundamentally shift our focus from threatening the symptoms of instability to addressing the deep structural root causes that generate conflict and despair. The 2030 Agenda is, in effect, a comprehensive global peace plan. Its backbone is SDG 16, focusing on peace, justice, and strong institutions. demanding transparent governance and inclusive decision making. However, our peace-building work must extend far beyond Security Council chambers. We must recognize that economic stability is a fundamental foundation for peace. We must address SDG 1, no poverty, and SDG 8, decent work. We are tackling the drivers of radicalization and disillusionment. Poverty and joblessness breed the despair that extremists exploit. Equitable economic opportunities are therefore the most powerful and enduring peace dividend we can invest in. This commitment to justice brings us directly to the national crisis which is happening in the Philippines, the surge of corruption. Corruption is the ultimate impediment to sustainable development. It is the invisible force that drains the lifeblood of our progress, effectively stealing funds meant for education, which is SDG 4, healthcare, and climate resilience. When public funds are diverted, the promises of the 2030 agenda become unattainable for those who deem the most. Crucially, corruption directly cripples the state capacity to enforce its own law, creating a breeding ground for illicit activities that makes us exponential, more vulnerable to natural disasters. We see the tragic consequences in the rampant and unchecked issues of illegal mining and illegal logging. These illicit activities direct violate SDG 15, which is the life of land, destroying vital watersheds, fueling localized conflicts, and displacing indigenous community. This is staggering environmental plunder has been brought into sharp, painful focus by the super typhoon that devastated our country, the Philippines, just 2 weeks ago. The storm was terrifying reminder that the deforestation caused by this illegal operations strip away the country's natural barrier, such as the Great Sierra Madre Mountain range. Without the natural protection of these forests, our communities are left defenseless, suffering catastrophes, landslides, and floods. For the sake of future generations, my colleagues and of course the other teams from the international human rights movements have taken the urgent step of sending a formal letter to our dear leader, of course our President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr., which is demanding decisive action to stop these illegal activities. We appeal to the President to recognize that protecting our forests is not just an environmental policy, it is a national security imperative and a moral duty to protect the lives and dignity of the Filipino people. Moving beyond rhetoric requires practical action and commitment to localization. The SDGs must not retain abstract goals confined to global meeting rooms. They must be translated into local community-driven projects. We must empower and fund grassroots peace-building efforts involving local councils, youth groups, and faith-based organizations to build resilience from the ground up. Furthermore, investigating the quality education and gender equality is paramount. Education fosters critical thinking, resilience, and tolerance, while including women and marginalized groups in peace process ensures more durable and equitable outcomes. Truly, peace is built by those who are often excluded from power. This transformation requires a new solidarity, highlighting the importance of partnership for the goals, which is the SDG 17. We need governments, the private sector, the academia, the civil societies to pool resources, share knowledge, and hold one another accountable to these shared duties, ensuring that transparency and integrity are the foundation of our collaborations. In closing, let us reaffirm that the path to lasting global peace is clearly mapped out with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. They offer the blueprint for transforming potential conflict into shared cooperations and development. We are now in the critical decade of action, and we must heed the urgency of our guiding motto. Let me challenge each of you one specific SDG, especially those linked to institutional integrity and environmental justice. Will you commit to accelerating in your own sphere of influence, your university, your company, or your community in your ahead? Let us live the conference not just with shared ideas but renewed, tangible duties. Let us forward, united in purpose, working not just for a world without fear, but for a world of flourishing, dignity, and true peace built on solid foundation of the 2030 Agenda. With that, thank you and mabuhay from the Republic of the Philippines.
Thank you, dear brother. Thank you so much. Dr. Balkrishna sir, please wait for 5 minutes. After PK Rajput sir, we invite you.
Yes, please. Okay.
Okay, now I invite our Honorable Dr. PK Rajput sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving me this lovely opportunity. And I'm very happy to be a part of such an incredible platform because we were waiting since long about it. And today we got this great opportunity. So thank you. And I just like to say thank you to Carolyn ma'am, to you, and all of the people who have joined on this great platform. So I'd like to share my screen, sir, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir, you can share it, sir.
Okay, sir. I think it is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Perfectly. Okay. So this is such a wonderful conference, and I was listening all the great speakers here, right? And they have really added a lot of the glory in this. So my gratitude to all the great speakers, and also to Professor Shweta for very well organizing International Conference on SDG Agenda 2030. The theme is very clear: building a world of peace with the amid global challenges. Very well it has been taken, and what Professor Carolyn ma'am has said, we have only 5 years left over. Actually, we see that we see 1st of January 2030, we have only 4 years left over. So we have to do the preparation in advance, which is very, very important. This is a beautiful picture where say our life is in your hand. It is in your hand as well. Why it has been shown? Because it's a community which has to be taken care, and it is really required by everybody, all of us. So what are the current obstacles to the lasting peace? We are talking about the peace. I have just noted down a couple of the things which are very important. One is the conflict, and we know that ongoing war and the territorial disputes is destabilizing the entire region. What is happening in the different part of the country, and even in our country as well. Second is, but just now Dr. Sharma has said about inequality. So economic disparities lead to the social unrest and the divisions which is there, which is another very, very important part. Climate change, one of the member has spoken about the climate change, which is the environmental degradation, aggravates the resource scarcity, which is again very important. Then I like to add it here, the migration. Forced displacement is happening there, which is creating the tensions in host communities, right? And it is very, very common because it is happening across the globe. Pandemics, we have seen COVID-19. We have seen lot many things are there. So the health crisis disrupts societies, economics, leading to the conflict which is there. These are the current obstacles are there which is making a difference. So by us understanding the basic root cause of these challenges, we can work effectively towards a solution that promotes lasting peace and unity. My slides are moving, sir. Can you just tell?
Yes, please.
It is coming, current obstacle to lasting peace, right? Next slide has come.
Okay.
Right. Thank you. So let us talk about the peace, which Professor Carolyn ma'am and you have taken, promoting justice and equality. To achieve the peaceful societies, it requires a strong institution that uphold the justice of the human rights. And institution is not the university and the college, it's all across. Inclusive governance, which is again very, very important. And also ensuring no one is left behind to pursuit of the SDGs, which is start from 1 to 70, which is the SDG goals are there. Total SDGs has to be taken care. Then no poverty. Madam Carolyn has already spoken about the food part, right? The goal number 1, no poverty. And it is a very big statement, but this statement has to be made very true because that is going to ensure the peace globally. Just now, our chief guest spoken about the African countries, how the food is very important. She has stressed the point very clearly. Then recently, Dr. Sharma has spoken about the reduced inequalities, the data which she has shown about it. Because if we will reduce the inequalities, we'll promote the social cohesion and which are going to strengthen the community bonds, which is important because this is missing. And again, taking the example of the Carolyn ma'am, climate action, which you said about it, environment and the climate, which is again very important, Carolyn ma'am. Really, you have touched the fulcrum of the peace, right? Because that is really required to ensure the global stability. Because you know how the war is happening, what the environment is getting changed. how much explosion is coming, how much the carbon footprints are getting destroyed, it is coming up. So these things are very, very important. So how we can make the things happen? Community engagement, building the connections that through active participation, which is really important to ensure the unity. It is not the caste, creed, and the people or the gender. It is all we have to come unite to make the things happen. That is the real need of the hour. Second is inclusive education. Again, Raja Rao sir and Carolyn ma'am, you have again touched about the education part, where you are building such a sustainable way, and lot many educators are here. We are listening from there, because it is very important, because with this we can empower the individuals with the knowledge. Because when we talk about the knowledge, it gives you the wisdom, and wisdom is today's required in the today's world of AI, which is going to promote the conflict prevention, because all the people who have the knowledge, they have the wisdom, they will not do the conflict. They will try to ensure that how we can be toward the sustainable side, which is a very important part. Then the third is collaborative governance. Again, we all have to come together. All 197 countries, all the people from the countries today. There are so many things, so many great people have come on your global platform. And what the chief guest said, that she has 2 million followers. Everybody can contribute on that. I was just listening very carefully like other members. And if you start collaborating it in the multiple ways, as per our capacity and the entire credibility, we can make a real difference, which is really required. So we should work together, and you are setting one of the great examples where collaborating all the great people across the globe to work together to build the SDG goals, which is the need of the hour. And again, building partnership for the global peace, right? Today we have all the global speakers across the globe. So unite the governments, which is one of the very important parts. NGOs, right, and committees which promote the sustainable development for all. Because these people, government, NGOs, and the communities, they have the lot of muscle power. When we talk about the muscle power, they have the money power. They have the say power, right? So if you start working on this, it is going to make a difference. Shared responsibilities by the nation. And again, how the nation can build it, which is again very important, leading to the collective action, through the education, through helping the people to take care for the things, to take care for the climate part. This is the way that we can help in the way. To empower the marginalized communities, right? Still, so many, 36% of the people, they are coming in the marginalized communities. And let us take the example of our own Bharat, how they are helping to work for the marginalized communities. And if you start helping this thing and spreading this thing across the globe, you will make a difference. Create the resilient societies capable of overcoming the challenges. Who will make the resilient societies? Only we and you. Only the Vishwa immunity group can make it. Like this, so many other groups can come together and they can really make the difference. So what is the key areas of the sustainable development goals today? What we are talking about it. SDGs are not mere aspiration. We cannot just think, okay, by 2030, they require our immediate attention and action. And let me salute to you and to Carolyn ma'am, Raja Rao sir and Carolyn ma'am. From 2020, you have started this great journey and you are doing it. So my salutations to you, that what a wonderful way you have taken it. Really, really, my gratitude to you. Right, and collective responsibility. You have proven on this platform that yes, you are not only one identity, you are the globe in front of you, and you are able to pull the people, you are able to request the people that they should come on your platform and you should share the responsibility. You are engaging the people from all the levels. This is one of the great examples that people should learn, that different people should be able to understand it, because you are creating a significant difference. And once you said all these things will be there in the book, which will be there again, because it is going to help the new generation, that how you guys have added the things which is really a requirement, a part of the leadership and collaboration among governance, business, which you are already doing it, running from post to pillar, making the things happen and encouraging all of us, which is a real important scenario. So again, measuring the progress, and not only this, Raja Rao Garu sir and Carolyn ma'am, you always measure the progress, how we have taken over, right? This is another example which because I'm a part of you, right? And I see that every time you say that, yes, what I did it, how much we have did it, and how much is remaining. So that's why you start working together. So that is all. And I really thank to HRM Empress Madani Madam, Professor Vijay Caroline. What a wonderful person, and Dr. Raja Rao Garu. What are the great initiatives you have taken it, right? It is an individual initiative where you have made a big journey about it, and to all the international people and our people from Bharat who have joined, and also thank you to Professor Shweta for moderating it in such a wonderful way. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for giving me time. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Now, I invite Dr. Balakrishna, sir, HOD CSC Department and Professor from Reputed Engineering College. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, screen is visible.
Yes.
Are you able to see the slideshow more?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So good evening, whenever present here. Actually, thank you so much for providing such an opportunity with interact with the researchers and esteemed guests. It's an honor to speak today on a theme that sits at the very intersection of technology, humanity, and global sustainability. So being a computer science professor, actually, I am come up with the topic sustainable intelligence. So aligning AI with the UN Sustainable Development Goal Framework for very particularly for peace and inclusion. So myself, Dr. Balakrishnan, heading CSC Department at Alvadivar Institute of Technology, Vinayak Missions Research Foundation, Deemed University, Chennai, Tamil Nadu. So the new age of intelligence, actually the artificial intelligence is no longer a futuristic vision. It's a living force shaping every sector of our society. From the predictive healthcare and climate modeling to digital governance and even education. So the AI is redefining how we interact, learn, and make the decisions. So however, with this power that comes a responsibility, the responsibility to ensure that AI serves the humanity's broader goal, like peace, inclusivity, and very particularly sustainability. So that's why whenever we talk about in the age of intelligence, in the age of the sustainable intelligence, the AI brings both very particularly opportunity as well as the that responsibility, very particularly based on these goals like peace, inclusivity, and sustainability. See, whenever we talk about the UN SDG connections, here I am actually based on that UN SDG, they provide us a universal framework to address a planet's most pressing challenges, like start from poverty, inequality, climate change, and peace building. So, being actually come up with the sustainable intelligence, here I have chosen the 5 SDG goals: SDG 1, 3, 4, 13, and 16. So 1 is focus about the no poverty, and 3 focus about the good health, and 4 focus about the quality education, and 13 focus about the climatic action, and 16 focus about the peace, justice, and strong institutions. So in that case, how that AI can act as a strategic enabler for achieving these UN SDG goals. Very particularly whenever we talk about the SDG 1, the no poverty, here, the AI-driven analytics can predict the economic vulnerabilities and optimize the resource allocations and so on. And next goal, SDG 3, global, actually it's good health. So whatever the good health, actually here the AI model, the early disease detections and personalized medicines. That's a very important thing. Actually, AI acts as a very important role. And next goal, SDG 4, actually it's a quality education. So whenever I talk about the quality educations here all the way, the AI platform, actually the adaptive learning platforms can bring the personalized education to remote regions and so on. And next goal is SDG 13. Actually, it's a climate action. So in that climate action, whenever I talk about the climate action here, all the way the AI support the climate modeling and some kind of disaster predictions and smart energy management and so on. And next SDG 16, it's a peace, justice, and strong institutions. Here, AI-enabled transparency tool help to detect the corruptions, monitor the hate speech, and even they enhance the social cohesion and so on. So that's very important. That's why I focus upon these 5 UN SDG goals with the AI, artificial intelligence. And here the AI for peace and inclusions. The peace and inclusions are not just social ideals, they are the data-driven possibilities. Like whenever we talk about the data-driven possibilities, here that AI can identify the patterns of conflict before they escalate, enable the digital diplomacy that through the sentiment and network analysis, and empower the marginalized voices through the accessible technology like multilingual NLP system and even inclusive designs and so on. So, however, achieving this sustainable intelligence means it's embedding ethics, fairness, and cultural sensitivity into the every AI model we build. So that's why it all the way the AI model, AI system, it's ensure the empowerment through the accessible and culturally sensitive systems and so on. And next, challenges and ethical dimensions based on that the UN SDG and based on the sustainable intelligence. Is that despite the potential, we must address the key challenges. The first key challenge is the bias and discrimination. See, whenever we talk about the bias and discriminations here, the AI systems, all the way, the AI system must be trained on the diverse representative of data to prevent the social exclusions and so on. So next thing is about the data privacy and transparency. Here, the peace cannot be built on the surveillance, or the transparency and accountability are somewhat critical. And the next, the AI governance and global trust. So in that case, the strong policies and multi-stakeholder collaborations are somewhat essential for global trust. So the goal is not just artificial intelligence, but all the way it's aligned intelligence. That is nothing but the intelligence that understands the social context and moral responsibility behind every predictions and decisions. So that's about the challenges and ethical considerations. And the way forward to truly align AI with the UN SDG, we must foster the interdisciplinary collaboration between the technologists, social scientists, policy makers, and even the peace advocates, and so on. And next, all the way, we have to invest in ethical AI education to shape the future innovators with the empathy and social awareness. And finally, we have to create the open and responsible AI ecosystem where the knowledge, data, and benefits are shared equitably. So that's a very important thing. And finally, in conclusions, the sustainable intelligence is not just about the machines replacing human. It's about machines amplifying our humanity. So by aligning AI innovations with the UN Sustainable Development Goal frameworks, we can build a future that's not just technological advanced, but also socially just peaceful and inclusive. So let's ensure that every algorithm we create that contributes not just to the efficiency, but to the equity, empathy, and ensuring the peace and so on. So thank you so much.
Thank you, dear sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Piyush Raja sir, please 1 minute. Mokshi Vicky ma'am is in airport. Mokshi Vicky ma'am, over to you. Yes, ma'am, please go ahead.
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yes, you are audible, ma'am. Perfect.
I'm audible? Okay.
Yes, perfect.
Sure. All right, so thank you so much. I would like to thank Dr. Raja Rao, Caroline ma'am, and other distinguished delegates. Today, it's an honor to be here with all of you, and we are gathered here to talk about our shared vision, which is to build a world of peace amid unprecedented global challenges. As we all know, around us we have conflicts, climate disasters, economic divides, and social polarization. It reminds us daily that peace is not given. Peace must be built, protected, and nurtured. Today's reality is that the world is facing one of the highest level of displacement in history. Digital misinformation threatens democracies, inequality is widening. Youth in many regions see conflict as a constant backdrop rather than a distant threat. Yet, despite these realities, we must remember humanity has more tools, more knowledge, and more global cooperation than ever before. This moment in history is not only a challenge, it's a turning point. When we talk and connect this with SDG, As we all know, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal reminds us that peace is not SDG 16 alone. Peace is an outcome of every SDG working together. Like the SDG 1, reduce poverty because poverty fuels conflict. SDG 4, quality education, because education shapes understanding, empathy, and opportunity. SDG 5, just now one of the speakers talking about gender equality, because societies thrive when women lead, participate, and influence. SDG 13, the climate action, because climate stress increases migration and conflict. So the peace is the thread that connects all 17 SDGs, and without peace, none of the SDG can be fully achieved. What builds peace, what building peace really means? Building peace is not just negotiating ceasefires or signing agreements. It's creating conditions where conflict becomes unnecessary. Peace begins when a child accesses safe, quality education. A family has food security and healthcare. Communities feel included, not marginalized. Leaders choose dialogue over division. Technology is used to connect, not divide. So, peace is a daily practice embedded in policy, leadership, and community action. So, what we can do as global citizens, policymakers, educators, youth leaders, and innovators, we must commit to strengthening dialogues, the dialogues across borders, cultures, religions, and ideologies. Peace starts with listening, empowering youth. Young people are not the leaders of tomorrow, they are the peacemakers of today. Promoting digital peace, countering misinformation, and using technology responsibly. Championing climate resilience, because sustainable planet is the foundation of a peaceful world. Fostering inclusive growth. When opportunities are equitable, societies stay stable. With this, I would like to just say that in closing, in these challenging times, the world does not need more walls. The world needs bridges, bridges of understanding, compassion, and collaboration. Let us all commit, each of us in our own roles, to being architects of peace, because peace is not built by governments alone. Peace is built by people, people like us. Together, let us create a world where the next generation can inherit not fear, but hope, not conflict, but cooperation, not division, but unity. Thank you. That's my 2 cents.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you so much. That's so wonderful. Now I invite the founder and global educator of RAM Literature and Research Foundation, Dr. Vishwa. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Let me share the screen.
Yes, you are.
Is my screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Perfect.
Okay. Thank you. Namaste from Bihar, India. I, Piyush, congratulate to everyone for being the part of this conference. I extend my hearty gratitude to Dr. Raja Rao, sir, Dr. Caroline, ma'am, for giving me the opportunity to share my views. My topic is addressing inequalities, strategies for reducing disparities in income and healthcare. These are the outline of my presentation: abstract, introduction, understanding the problem, the strategies for reducing inequalities, conclusion, and then references. Inequalities in income, education, and healthcare are significant challenges for policymakers worldwide. These disparities affect the demoted communities, leading to reduced growth and social insecurity. Today, I want to talk about something that affects all of us, whether we realize it or not. I want to talk about inequality, the gaps between rich and poor, the gap between those who have the access of good education and those who have not, those who have access of good health care and those who can't. These are not just numbers on a page and our real problem affecting real people in our communities, our countries, and our world. Sorry. From the introduction, let me ask you simple question. Why should we care about inequality? Some might say life is not fair. There will be always be rich and poor. But here is the bitter truth. Inequality is not just about fairness. It's about the future of our societies. When too many people left behind, everyone suffers. Understanding the real problem. The first, there is income inequalities. In many countries, the gap between the richest and poorest citizen is growing wider every year. The wealthy become wealthier, and the poor struggle to meet basic needs like income, education, and healthcare. Second, there is a education inequality. Children from poor families often don't have access to good schools, and um, uh, and the third one is healthcare inequality. In many places, quality healthcare is a luxury only the rich can afford. Poor people get sick and more often die younger simply because they can't access best doctors and medicines or hospitals. What is what is the strategies for reducing inequalities? In my point of view, first one is addressing structural barriers. So what we can do? Let me share four key strategies. The first strategy is addressing structural inequalities. Um, this means removing the walls that keep people trapped in poverty. We need the law that protect everyone equally. We need the end of discrimination in hiring, housing, and education. The second is promoting inclusive economic growth. The second strategy is promoting inclusive economic growth. This is a fancy way of saying when the economy grows, everyone should benefit, not just the wealthy. How do we do this? We can create more jobs, we can pay fair wages, we can support our small businesses, and we can pay our income tax regularly so the country can rise. Strategy 3, providing access to quality education. Here, we all are educators. So we have the responsibility for quality education. Every child, regardless of their family income, deserves a good education. This means building more school in undeserved areas, training or paying teachers' bail, providing free textbook and free supplies, offering a scholarship for talented students and poor families. And the last strategy is improving access to healthcare. That is more important. The fourth strategy, improving access to healthcare. Health is a basic human right, not a privilege of a wealthy. every person should be able to see a doctor when they are sick, get the medicine they need. This means building clinics and hospitals in rural and poor urban areas, training more doctor, nurses, and health workers, making medicine affordable or free medicine, focusing on prevention, clean water, sanitization, vaccination program, providing health insurance or universal health care coverage. These are the life cycle, in my point of view, long-term goal to reduce inequalities, developing a plan of action, your theory of change, what type of action might be effective, plan specific action, then take the planned action, monitor the outcomes, and then long-term goals to reduce inequality. So this is the conclusion part of my. Let me close with this thought. We live in the world of abundance. We have enough food, enough resources, enough knowledge to ensure everyone in decent life. The question is whether we can reduce inequality. We can. The question is whether we will change, we can change. Every person in this room, in this conference, has a role to play. You can vote for leaders who prioritize equality, who you can support organization that can change the way of working. Thank you. Thank you for your attention. Together we can make a difference. Thank you, Raja Rao sir, Dr. Caroline ma'am. These are the references. Thank you.
Thank you, dear brother. Now I invite Dr. Pallavi Prakash ma'am, founder of Knowledge Seed Learning Center. Knowledge Seed Learning Center. Over to you.
Sure, thank you so much. Well, honorable dignitaries, respected co-panelists, and my very dear audience, let me start my speech by extending my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Raja Rao, Dr. Caroline, ma'am, for putting up such a wonderful program once again. I mean, I've been here quite a few times earlier, and it's always such a pleasure to share my global thoughts on this very, very, very international conference. So thank you once again. And the commendable task which the entire team of Wish Human is doing is really noticeable, and it is reaching hearts. As an international life coach, filmmaker, and global author, I've been doing few things globally since last 18-20 years. I'm sure a few of you know that. I have been propagating human leadership since many, many years through national programs like National Leadership Conclaves. So it is really a pleasure to be here once again. Now, coming to the topic. Well, I have picked up a topic which is base, which is fundamental of all the SDG goals which we have for 2030. Because what I feel strongly is, if we do not talk about global human dignity, we are not going to achieve any of the goals or any of the SDGs which are listed. Because the base is, if we elevate human dignity, only then we can accelerate our speed, I would say, towards acclaiming all these goals. So can I have your permission? I have just laid out a few pointers in the presentation.
Yes,
so
please.
can I?
Please.
Sure. So I'll just share and yeah. Right. Is it visible, Dr. Rao? Dr.
Yes,
Raja Rao?
please. Yes.
All right, great. So, right. So, what is human? The topic is global human dignity breaking the glass ceiling. Now, I would like to start my presentation with the strong words that the dignity of human being is not negotiable. It is neither transferable, it is neither presentable from one to the other, right? It is essence of human beings, it is fundamental right of human beings, and it is inherent property of each and every person residing on this planet, be it from any nation, be it from any race, be it from any religion, be it from any part of the world. So, global human dignity is a very important topic which we need to address right away before we actually start seeking all the SDG goals. So, let me just put up the few pointers as I said. All right. So, what is human dignity if we read between the lines? Human dignity is a birthright, all of us know that, right? It is an international conference. So I would request each and every respected panelist to read between the lines what is human dignity. Is it what is written in black and white? Yes or no? No. We are talking about human dignity, but all the global educators, the change makers have not been able to achieve. We are trying in our field, but we have not been able to achieve quite rightly. So every human being has an inherent worth, that is human dignity, be it rich or poor, be it economical or non-economical, be it east or west, be it up and down, right? And the protection of this dignity is the essence of our civilization and essence of all the SDG goals. Mark my words, my dear friends. Now let us talk about what exactly I want to say, that we do have to break the glass ceiling. Now, where does this glass ceiling exist? We have, spoken a lot about women empowerment. We have spoken a lot about other biases. Let me quickly put up few biases which we have not discussed earlier in other conferences. Poverty decides destiny, right? Gender barriers and gender biases we have already discussed multiple times, so I would not take up this. Poverty decides destiny. Is it true? Sometimes it is true. So we need to bridge this gap to break the glass ceiling, number one. Number two, discrimination overshadows merit sometimes. That is true. As you know, the type of we have so many examples in front of us that many talented people, they are not able to get their much acclaimed position because discrimination is there, right? So discrimination definitely overshadows merit few times. We need to bridge this gap to break the glass ceiling. Number two. Number three, workplace biases. All of us know the professional biases which exist. And the biases, the bridge has to be actually crossed in our minds. I'm sure all the panelists, they agree with me. By minds, I mean not only our minds, but minds of people who are following you. All the panelists who are here, there are so many people who are following your work, who actually they look up to us. So we need to help the people who are actually following us to bridge this gap by movies, by work, by social agendas, by conferences. Our voice should be so effective that the gap really gets bridged up. So this is a third ceiling. Stereotype in hearts. This is very important and close to my heart. As you know, I'm a filmmaker also. So I've always tried to break the stereotypes by my work. And I think the first place where the stereotypes needs to be broken in is people's, their heart. When we pass a message through an art, through a book or movie or conferences, then the change has to come in. That's very important. Otherwise, if we keep on doing so many things, but if the change is not evident, then the dignity of global human dignity would not be breaking the glass, right? Power over people, all of us know that. Now, why must we break these ceilings? We have spoken about what is global human dignity. We have spoken about what is the glass ceiling, which is actually hindering this. But why must we break? That is the most important question. So, selective dignity cannot create peace. And peace is the only thing which this planet needs, nothing else. all of us know, and everybody would agree with me, peace is the only, I would say, the key word which all of us need at this point in time in humanity, in the race of humanity, in the race of human civilization upliftment. So selective dignity cannot create peace. If you say that I would not give shoulder to somebody, some nation which is not economically at par with us, or if you say I would not help somebody, some nation who are not, they're not matching our belief systems, then that would be selective dignity. And selective dignity cannot ever create peace, my dear friends. Only inclusion can bring peace. So true progress includes everybody, as I said. Humanity rises when every individual rises on the globe. Compassion and awareness. Compassion protects dignity, have empathy and sympathy not only in books but actually promote them. Awareness drives change. As I was talking that these kind of programs bring a lot of awareness. The programs which we do also brings a lot of awareness, like leadership conclaves or movies or books. So more and more youth should come forward, and they are coming forward. They are, especially in Delhi. I'm in Delhi area. So I've in last few years, I've seen so many vibrant programs coming out, which is driving this change. So awareness drives change, certainly. Understanding inequality transforms society. That is the buzzword. So now we have seen why we should break the ceiling. Now, what are the tools for change? Empowering technology. Many speakers, they have spoken about technology and how beautifully we can use technology to actually empower human dignity, right? Liberating education. When I say liberating education, that means education should not be restricted to a particular class. Education should not be limited to a particular agenda. Education should actually move out of classrooms. Education should actually go to the grassroots level. So liberation of education would actually bring the change and elevate human dignity. Furthermore, breaking the glass ceiling. Inclusion and visionary leadership. Leadership is something which I have been promoting since last 18-20 years. And by leadership, I do not mean the big celebrities or big names. Leadership can reside in somebody who is just doing their own task very well. Leadership can just reside in somebody who is actually, being a role icon for maybe his community, and maybe he's not known to, to masses, but he is a true leader. So inclusion and visionary leadership is very important. And I think in today's changing time, artificiality is no more there. A lot of visionary leadership, excuse me, are changing. So just excuse me. Call to action. Show respect to all. Excuse me. I have a bad throat today, actually. Delhi's weather is changing. Just give me a moment. Call to action. Show respect to all. Can I have a glass of water? Raise voices of unheard. Ensure equal opportunities. Build dignity-centric workplaces. I think these are all self. Thank you. Sorry for the inconvenience, dignitaries. So show respect to all, raise voice of the unheard, equal opportunities, build dignity-centric workplaces. Conclusion, dignity expresses humanity, breaking ceiling expresses progress, and a dignified world begins with us. That's the base. And with this, I would like to express my thoughts that human dignity is not something which you can actually just talk about. We need to work on that, and I'm sure all of us are working on that. So thank you so much. It was really kind of you to invite me today. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day ahead.
Thank you, Honorable. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite Professor Nada from Indonesia. My dear friend, over to you.
Thank you. Warm greetings from Croatia. Really honored, grateful to be here today. Special greetings to you, Dr. Raja, and to Madam respected Dr. Caroline. Really, really happy and honored to be here today on this very important, and crucial topic of the conference. I will share my screen. So in the meantime, till I was waiting, I changed my topic. So, because we already had something about artificial intelligence, but I want to show this project, what we have here. So today I will talk about the biggest climate action project in the world, climate action project, and it finished before a few weeks. Once again, gratitude to respected Sir Raja and Madame Caroline for this opportunity and for the invitation. Professor Nada is coming from Sin, a small town in Croatia, a really beautiful town and rich with tradition. And I can say with very proudly that still in my country, especially in my Split Dalmatia County, we still have a clear air, clear water. We don't have industry. That is not good. But according to that, we can say that we have great conditions for living. And we can talk about smart cities. We can make smart villages. Professor Nada has her own village, and now is on her village and trying to make it very smart. Climate change, combating and fighting. We know that it is SDG 13, so time is running. We don't have a time. Each one of our speaker today was talking about this climate change. So Climate Action Day must be every day, and let us save the earth. I choose this topic because with my students every year from the starting, we are participating in this because we want to raise the awareness. My students on this way really are making big actions and taking care about the planet and earth and everything. So we have this from the part of economic, from the social part, and from the environmental part. And each one part is very important when we are talking about this SDGs. One morning, my dear colleague from another part of my country and me were deciding how to start with this project because we need a lot of collaboration. And as you see, empowering 1 billion students, and we have 7 millions from 181 countries this year. So this was really amazing. When we start, we have some rules. So making steps, making actions, and giving the solutions. So your progress you can monitor on this timeline. So all of these badges, certificates during the tasks, your students and me are getting there. So it is really motivated, and not only motivated, it is encouraging you to do the better for tomorrow, for the new generation. So when we make the progress, we get the certificates. So each one badge and each one action is giving you a possibility to get a golden badge. So 6 weeks you are working hardly, but you have a motivation, and yes, your students get a lot of knowledge and make many actions. So these are the badges, how you are going through the project. The first level, then the second level, and then the other level. We know the effects of climate change. We know what is happening also in Croatia. And here I put some of them, but according to the time, we will not talk a lot about this, but we will go through the actions, what we do, what is important for the human health, for the animals' health, for everything, and what are the consequences global. We know that we have big costs for social, for the society, for the economy, for the developing countries. We have extreme weather, shifting rainfall, and we are seeing what is happening all around us. If we look at average temperature, comparing 20 to the 21st century, we see the big differences. The climate in my country, we have the hot and dry summer days, winter months, and temperatures are very low. So here in my country, I can say that the winter has started. We are measuring the temperature. We have a lot of software, and we are measuring the temperature, and we are measuring the clean of the air. So there are a lot of effects of the climate change when we are making the research, and we are monitoring that what is happening during the hot days in the year. So we have a lot of change patterns in changing the weather, and there are many risks and consequences. So we need lot of plants, we need trees. So here are the potential solutions: effects, causes, climate action, flora, fauna, and trees. So have many actions to do to make climate change preventions for renewable energy, for sustainable transportation, for the air pollution, for the noise pollution, for the solution we can do many. So all of these solutions are the solutions of my students to make climate change preventions. Here a lot of solutions, so we cannot go through all of them. Here is for the sea and ocean preservation, and education is, I can say, in correlation with the climate change. So we cannot talk about climate change if we are not educating ourselves and our students. So we cannot wait. We need to act quickly. We need to make a plan. We have a lot of steps making the plan. So plan, take action, and make a reflect and review. If you don't make something good, come back and try to make a good solution. For each one subject, what we have on the universities, in the school, in vocational, statistics, maths, STEM. So we were listening today about many subjects. There are a lot of examples and solutions which can we make. So we need to learn about through action, and from the action, making models for the climate action on all of these themes, what Professor Nada today is going, and make a lot of collaborators like families, schools, universities, media, centers. So everything needs to go through the media. There are a lot of examples of good practice. We need to make class-to-class virtual exchanges with other countries, with other students, make virtual exchange experiences, give two innovations, new inventions. So we are sharing that. Plant a tree. This is a view from the classroom. We have many activities like stacking branches. You see what students are doing. This is the activity. First, we learn them how to do, then they are acting quickly, then nature without the garbage, cleaning the garbage around, making many actions around. So this is the way how we all need to live, to take care, to save our planet, to be very careful. Making many promotion materials, making a lot of webinars on Google, on Zoom, and everywhere. Being a part of action, so join these eco activities, learning together. Then we have this for the greener tomorrow. We make a lot of mind maps, so take a action, bring a change. If we want to have this nature, this is a village under my village. So you see the beauty of the nature in the part of Croatia where I am living. Let's take care about all 17 SDGs because each one is correlated with others. So we cannot talk about climate action if we say no, there is a hunger and not well-being around us. Educate your students to think critically, to give innovations. So we have always no inventions, like example, Python climate change solution for the mission chart, and many other. Planting the tree, doing the actions, learning them how to do, putting it on the map. So all your actions need to be visible, because only on this way you can motivate others around you and around the globe to act on the same way how we are doing with our students. So Climate Action Day, we thanks for all of these activities, and then at the end we are always very proud on our certificates. We get this golden certificate for the 6 months work. The next action is coding for climate. So you see all of the STEM activities, or using, like example, today I want to talk about artificial intelligence, but Professor Balayachira talk about that, so I choose this. So I can show here that you have a lot of actions still without AI. So if Jane Goodall, the main author of this project, is still acting, let her be a motivation for all of us. She is doing everyday actions around the globe. Putting all what you do on the digital tools, like example on the Padlet, we need a digital board Padlet where we put all. Climate Action Day must be every day. Let's save our Earth. Thank you for the attention.
Thank you so much, Excellency. Now we are come to a conclusion of
Our
the
great
program.
Dr. Vasanta.
Yes. Now Dr. V. Vasant Kumar, Principal, Nagaratnam Angalavalaya Arts and Science College. Over to you, brother.
Just a minute, sir.
Yes, please. You want some time?
No, sir. No, sir. I'll just find my PPT. That's all, sir.
Dr. Brotati, ma'am, are you there? Just wait brother, 1 second.
Yeah.
Ma'am is there.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Chakravarti, ma'am, 2 minutes.
Very good evening, friend all present here. Especially I thank Dr. Raja sir. After the long time, I have a hand for this presentation, and I thank all those presenters and Caroline ma'am for this wonderful opportunity. Now we are gathering about the sustainable development. So just a minute, I just find my PPT. So it's visible, please.
Yes.
Yes. The Viksit Bharat transformation through the education and technology. This is the need of the hour. As we Viksit Bharat project was a fireful project to empower the India. And this account, I just introduction views this presentation explore the vision of the Viksit Bharat 2047. It is the high empowerment of presentation. This presentation is going to enrich the. Sir, can you share my presentation, sir?
Yes, it's visible. It is here.
Excuse me, sir. Ajay, sir, can you visit?
Yes, your presentation is visible, brother. You please go on.
Okay, sir. Okay, please. Actually, there was little problem in my side. That's why, sir.
Vasant Kumar, brother, please take some time. Meanwhile,
yeah, sir, please, you can go ahead.
Another
sir, shall I present, sir? Sir, good evening, sir. Shall I start?
1 minute, brother. We invite Chakravarti ma'am to present.
Yes, sir. Let me share my screen first.
Yes, you can.
Is it visible?
Yes, ma'am, perfectly.
Okay. So, thank you so much, Raja sir.
Yes, ma'am, PPT visible. Please go ahead because we don't
Yes.
have much
So,
time.
yes. So it is an honor to be with all of you at this prestigious gathering. Today, I will speak on a theme that is deeply connected to human progress, quality education, and gender equality, twin catalyst for sustainable development uh, goals 2030. I'm Dr. Brototi Chakraborty, Assistant Professor, School of Education, Adamas University, Kolkata, India. And thank you so much for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Coming to my introduction part. So I just want to say, sir, education is not just a goal, it is actually the foundation on which every other sustainable development goal stands. And I would like to thank once again organizer for bringing together such diverse voices committed to peace, dignity, and sustainability. And today we will explore two powerful pillars, that is SDG 4, quality education, and SDG 5, gender equality. And these two goals do not work separately, they strengthen and accelerate each other, and together they unlock the progress of all other SDGs. Then, coming to my abstract, so that you can understand my chapter, what is that is quality education and gender equality, which I already discussed, SDG goal 4 and 5. I will highlight how inclusive and equitable education can transform societies and how empowering women and girls to create long-term economic progress, and how these two SDGs deeply reinforce each other. I will also touch upon India's major initiatives such as Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and the National Education Policy 2020, along with global efforts from UNESCO and UN Women. And overall, this presentation emphasizes a very simple but powerful message. Now, coming to my objectives, as you can see, I have basically I have written here three objectives, which is understanding how SDG 4 and 5 shape the global development agenda, recognize education as a transformative force, and explore why gender empowerment begins with access to schooling, and look at India's and the world's initiatives in this direction, and reflect obviously on what we as educators, policymakers, and human beings can do to create a more gender just society. Then the power of quality education, that is SDG 4, emphasizes inclusive and equitable quality education for all. But when we look deeper, we can see the real challenges. Learning poverty is rising, millions of children cannot read a basic text, and the quality of teachers varies drastically across regions, and the digital divide, especially after COVID-19, has widened educational inequalities. We all know Nelson Mandela reminded us education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. And truly, education is not just about literacy, it is about dignity, opportunity, and of course, transformation. Coming to my next slide, that is gender equality as a driver of change. SDG 5 calls for gender equality and empowerment of all women and girls, and education becomes the most effective tool to achieve that. When girls are educated, child marriage rates drop dramatically, and health outcomes for families improve. Economic productivity increases, and of course nations grow stronger. And most importantly, in real life we see that an educated mother is far more likely to educate her daughter. This creates a cycle of empowerment. So gender equality does not begin in policy documents, it begins in the classroom. Now, interconnection, education plus gender is equal to sustainability. So, there is a beautiful truth I deeply believe in: educate a girl, empower a family, and transform a nation. When girls receive quality education, they become innovators, leaders, peace builders, change makers, contributing to sustainable development. This is why SDG 4 and SDG 5 together act as a multi-pillar, and they accelerate progress across all SDGs, from health and poverty reduction to climate action. Then Indian and global perspectives. Then let us look at both the Indian and global perspective. That is, in India, initiatives like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao and the National Education Policy 2020 emphasizes equality, or equity rather we say, equity and inclusion and skills for life. And globally, UNESCO's learning equity missions and UN women's empowerment programs have created momentum for gender just development. We all are part of a global movement, a movement that believes in building a world where equal education leads to equal opportunities. Then my last slide, that is call to action. As we stand today, we have only 5 years left to turn the dream of SDG 2030 into reality. So every classroom can be seedbed of equality, every teacher can be a change maker, every learner can be a torch bearer of peace and dignity. Thank you so much, Vishwa Humanity Royal Council and all esteemed delegates, for uniting your hearts and voices for a better, more equitable world. Together, let us move forward with empathy, with purpose, and with hope. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Now I invite Dr. Madhavi Bose, ma'am. Over to you.
Thank you so much, respected sir. Eternal gratitude, Rajarao sir and Caroline ma'am. After a long time, I could see. So I always call you my second family when it comes to professional one, because you all are the guided one. And today, where I reached so as we don't have enough time, so I'll start my rap. So you can see into 1:5 speed later, because I'm gonna go with the 2 speed. So knowledge is a lamp and action is the flame. Together they create light. So today, I begin with this timeless, there's a chopai that holds a very essence of wisdom, that Jano Vinona Hoi Pratit, Vinu Pratit Hoi Nahi Prati, and Preeti Bina Nahi Bhakti Vidai, uh, and Jimok Tatpati Jalki Chikanai. So I'm not that good with Sanskrit, but I really love it because it's so connected. Beautiful verse teaches us that something very deep. Without knowledge, understanding cannot arise. So, without understanding, love cannot blossom. And without love, the true dedication cannot grow. So, just as water can never hold the smoothness of oil, So, and the same way, an action without proper knowledge is a drop of oil and like on water. So visible for a moment, but gone for very next second. So here, for a meaningful action, the knowledge must come first, and from any real change, so action must follow. So for any lasting impact, we have to like wisdom must be the guide action. So there is exactly how the sustainable development goals SDG works. So they are not a distant dream, but a responsibilities for today. So the world of tomorrow becomes safer, cleaner, kinder, and more dignified for everyone. So let me share a simple story that there's a once two students both wanted to help the plant. So the first student quickly planted 50 saplings in a single day, but she didn't learn how to protect them and how much water they needed or what soil was suitable within a week. So most of the plants dried up. And the second student planted only the 5 saplings, but she studied the soil, sunlight, watering cycle, and protection. So a year later, all the 5 saplings have growth and into healthy trees. So everyone praised the second student because knowledge plus action is a sustainable impact. So this is exactly what we have to do is like just starting from us, I could say that saving water, reducing plastic, helping others, speaking up for the equality, and keeping our environment clean, supporting education, being kind and responsible, but only with these actions are baked in the right knowledge. So they become a powerful enough to shape our sustainable future. Because change never happens by waiting. It always happens when our knowledge turns into action. Like and our action, like turns into impact. So there is a short wrap, and I must be having a long wrap. So I'll be sharing later to Rajarao sir that knowledge in the mind and action in the heart. That's the perfect place where the real change starts. As Jesus is calling the world's need you, every step text can make tomorrow new. Learn it, do it, keep it alive. With wisdom and the love in humanity thrive. Because action without the knowledge and the faith and the dreams, but action with the purpose, with the powerful scenes. And the last and final thing which I would love to say that we can make SDGs a real right now by starting exactly where we stand in our home, our school, or any street or our choices. So when we save water, refuse plastic, support kindly include others and spend responsibilities, we are already acting on global goals without any waiting of anyone. And real change begins with a person deciding to live. So consciously, and when we share our ideas through community meetings and social medias like right now which we are doing, so or project a local group, so it can be amazing way. So like it can give awareness to daily action, because we are nurtured, we are fortunate enough to nurture in those hygienic way, but everybody is not. So we really need to go through it and face it. So I can say that from a very little change from everything, but a little change, I could say that I could visit every week and so once in a Sunday to a government hospital to see that what is actually happening. So it is only one thing which we can visit many different places where we can bring up the coal and really we can face those challenges. So a heartfelt thank you to our respected Rajarao sir and respected Caroline ma'am. Thank you so much here for always believing on me and trusting on me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Excellency. Thank you so much. Now I would like to invite John D. Brito, brother, over to you. Please make it short, brother, because we don't have much time.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, all of you. My slide is okay, sir.
Very good. Brother Vasant Kumar.
Sir, I'm ready.
Yes, please.
I share my PPT, sir.
Yes, please. Carry on.
Is it open now? So my PPT is visible?
No, brother, not it. Brother, have you joined?
Yeah, yes, sir. I joined now. My PPT is visible, sir?
Not, brother, not visible. Brother, give your oral presentation. Because
okay, sir. Okay, sir.
will
I will present my oral presentation. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Very good evening to all person here. This is Dr. Vasanta Kumar. My presentation topic is Viksit Bharat transformation through the education, technology, and sustainability for a developed nation 2014. Actually, now we are discussing about the SDG 4. Dear presenters and dear people, SDG 4 is depending on the education platform. The education platform, in my view, I hope the platform only need a quality. That quality only created by the teachers and students. It's not only depending upon the students' behavior. It's also depending upon the characteristic of the teachers. Because every teacher has the group. As I already every my presentation I mentioned about that, we are having the seed of education only because of the Gurukula. So as we depending upon the Gurukula education, still we are finding the good route. So why that? As Gurukula education teaches us to depend the discipline through empower our education building in a good way. As we now in the Viksit Bharat dream, the dream always need a good platform. So this is from my presentation. I kindly request that we need to empower the teachers' updations. So the introductions of the Viksit Bharat is this presentation explores the vision of Viksit Bharat 2014, highlighting the current state and key challenges and transformative educational frameworks. It aims to provide a clear understanding of how education, technology, and policy reforms like NEP 2020 can collaboratively drive in India's sustainable development, especially in the global knowledge economic leadership. So here I mentioned about that. Current state and challenges in India is educational infrastructure, industry readiness, and sustainable integration. So as we need to develop the sustainable quality education in India means we need to develop digital divide rural areas. So we need to concentrate in rural areas. Why I'm mentioning this that we are having a lot of tools in digital era, but still there are number of rural area doesn't know about the this digital evaporations. So this is my kind request. We want to concentrate in the rural areas to develop their ability to introduce. We want to introduce some digital digital awareness to the rural areas. Even though in rural area teachers doesn't know about the ChatGPT values and professionality values. As in industry need some collaboration. Every schools and colleges, at least 50% of people must be know about the collaboration. The collaborations only make the practical skill development and technology adaptation environment. And the sustainable integration is I mentioned about that as we need to change the development in the under level to the external level, we need to concentrate that sustainable integration. This implementation roadmap needs a foundation. From the 2024 to the 27, infrastructure development teacher training programs only implemented. But what I mentioned that we need to through that implementation, we want to introduce the integration curriculum transformation to the society through the college and school level. It will be developed the expansion of the national-wide scaling quality assurance. It will be the global leadership in the education innovations. And this transformative framework is always develop the national education policies goal. Our national education policy 2020 introduced the comprehensive reforms and focusing on the holistic development, multidisciplinary education, flexibility in learning and pathways of emphasizing the critical thinking, even though the vocational training. Here I mentioned the word vocational training means as our Modi ji always mentioning of the skill training. Everyone know about the BA English degree, BA Geography degree, BSc Computer Science degree, but that is not a matter. Apart from the degree, what that students know about the skill. For example, if a BA English students know about the literature knowledge only, he know about the English knowledge, but what about the computer knowledge? So that everyone need to make a round knowledge level, because the vocational training only provide the skill. The technology will enable learning as a pillar to prepare the students for the demanding of the 21st century knowledge and the development of the national wide. And my next point is that education revolution in India sector is experiencing the unpredictable growth driven by the increased internet penetration in digital literacy. Innovative platforms are enhancing the access to quality education through the personalized learning. Even we want to increase the virtual classroom, interactive content, and we want to make a collaborate with the foreign countries, and we want to provide the collaboration opportunity to the colleges. Especially in Indian government, there are so many plans. We want to bring that plans to as I request to the Raja sir, your forum is a great forum. I know from the 2019 onwards. This I request you that you people are bring this type of international collaboration in our country. So this is that I am also bringing my platform, that is a Templiarch International. In my college, I have a plan to introduce this AI tools, AI forums, through the technological and sustainable value goals. AI is an emerging technologies. As I'm already mentioning that we want to make a platform to the students, real-time analysis and intelligent content creations. These tools are providing that their learning interest. So that if you want to create the learning interest means my final suggestion that we want to make a great platform with the teachers and students that only create these learning environment in India for the vocational education. So my suggestion is update student. We need to update. Suggest the every teacher must update their knowledge for this Gen education, and every student must be provide a hands to the teachers that only develop, that only meet the Viksit Bharat 2014 dream. So thank you for this opportunity and thank you for the passion listening. I conclude my presentation. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Sudhakar Umale, brother. Dr. Sudhakar Umale. Ambassador Professor Joseph Legend, brother. Are you there?
Shall I proceed, sir?
Yes, please.
John. Yeah, yes, sir. Good evening, all. Happy to meet you all at this wonderful conference, Agenda of SDG 2013 goals. Now, we are going to develop electric vehicle in India. To develop electric vehicle, and we are going to make more electric vehicles in India, and we are going to create more renewable energy resources with the help of solar and wind energy resources and battery powered hybrid charging electric vehicles. So here we have the general layout and the layout for all our charging station, the charging station and our station. In both the cases, we are powering the electricity through the grid. So from this, we are having AC to DC converter and we are having the power factor current converter. So we are giving the overall power from the AC to DC converter through transformer, and the transformer converts AC to AC, and rectifier converts the AC to DC power, and the converter circuits are converting the regulator DC into the flexible DC output. So the bidirectional adapter is used to couple both AC as well as DC power to the battery bank. So DC charging controllers used to convert the AC power to be stored in the battery bank. That will be electric motor applications. So that will be coupled to all electric wheeling parts. So that will be used for future power generation. That is my main layout. I'm going to find out. And sincere thanks to you all for the wonderful session. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Now I invite Dr. Sudhakar Umale, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next to Professor Legend, brother. You both ready?
All right. Thank you so very much, Professor Caroline
Am I audible,
and
sir?
I appreciate the
Hello, am I audible?
1 second, 1 second. Yes, sir, you please continue.
Okay.
Can you hear me, please?
Okay.
Joseph brother, 5 minutes, please. Joseph brother.
All right.
Please, 5
Thank
minutes.
you so very much, Professor Raju, and then Professor Caroline. I appreciate this gesture. My name's Professor Joseph Legend, the Professor of Environmental Management, University of Costa Rica, and also the Country Director, United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. I bring you greetings from Nigeria. The concept is quite clear. I'll be talking about the essence of climate peace and ecological harmony. We all know the situation we are facing right now. The Sustainable Development Goals Agenda 2030 is United Nations-led initiative that is aimed at achieving more sustainable and equitable world. Our world is actually under a siege with respect to human rights violation in terms of climate action. Today, it is evidential that the pre-industrial era, the temperature is actually increased by 1.2 degrees Celsius. And there is this global warming that we have to stand tall to ensure that we nip it on the bud. It is essential, Excellencies, that we must stand tall to ensure that we leave this generation better than we met it by our procedures and processes. The industrialization processes has put us in a time where we are gasping for air, especially due to emission and discharges into our environment. Up to date, I've carried out a lot of environmental impact assessment studies, about 250 locations, and all I've seen is violations. And there must be an environmental compliance monitoring that will stand as early warning to be able to give an idea of where we are going and what we should do at any point in time. Excellencies, the time to reduce greenhouse emission is actually now. Excellencies, the time to stop discharge into our water bodies is now. Excellencies, we must go ahead to ensure that carbon sequestration and carbon capturing in our industries form part of the regulatory framework that we must strongly adhere to. Our country, our leaders, our government, non-governmental organizations, individual and business owners, we must stand tall to ensure that climate change and its effect is actually controlled to as low as reasonably practicable. Thank you so very much and I appreciate the opportunity.
Thank you, dear brother. Thank you so much. Now I invite Dr. Sudhakar Vumale sir to final presentation.
Okay, sir. Thank you. My presentation is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. A very warm welcome to each one of you to my session on teacher education and teacher development for quality education. Under the esteemed banner of this Raja Sahib, it is truly pleasure to be here among such distinguished academics, passionate educators, and committed professionals who are working tirelessly to enhance the quality of education across the globe. I have chosen this topic because teaching is one of the most noble professions. Therefore, it is essential to bring innovation and teaching practices. Maintaining the quality of education at all levels of teaching and learning is of utmost importance. My session aims to inspire and empower the teaching fraternity to pursue excellence in education through creative and reflective practices. We must redefine our approach to teaching, think differently. Teaching is not merely about delivering content, it encompasses two major components: sending and receiving knowledge and information. Faculty members through faculty development programs are provided with valuable opportunities to continuously upgrade their knowledge and skills. Such initiatives enhance the teaching learning process and enable institutions to produce a competent and quality graduates. Moreover, these interactions serve as mutual benefit for both academia and industry, fostering collaboration, innovations, and the
sharing of best practices. Now, one of the famous Nelson Mandela, former president of South Africa, mentioned one quote: "Education is the most powerful weapon which you use to change the world." This profound statement by Nelson Mandela highlights the transformative power of education. Education is not a process of acquiring knowledge. It is a force that shapes minds, builds character, and empowers individual to bring positive change in the society. Through education, people gain the ability to think critically, make informed decisions, and contribute meaningfully to their communities. It helps eliminate ignorance, reduce inequality, and promote peace and progress. In essence, education is the foundation for personal growth and national development. When teachers and learners embrace this vision, education truly becomes a weapon for societal transformation and global harmony. Now we must understand teacher education. So teacher education definition is given by NCIT, National Council for Teacher Education, defines teacher education as a program of education, research, and training of persons to each from a pre-primary to higher education level. Now this defines four visions. Teacher education is a structured program. It deals with education, research, and training. It prepares teachers for all levels of education. It is both initial preparation and continuous development. So these are the very important. I want to explain all these four. Teacher education is structured program. Structured program includes systematic courses, professional preparations, practice teaching, theory, and pedagogy. Second is education, research, and training, deals with theoretical knowledge, practical teaching skills, research abilities, and professional competencies. The fourth is very important because it starts from pre-primary education to the university level, and teachers must be ready for quality educations. Why we require the teacher training and teacher development, teacher qualifications? Before entering the profession, in teaching profession, the teacher requires the pre-service training for quality education, as well as in-service training also. They require the training for quality educations. You must understand the importance of teacher education. Teacher education plays a crucial role in improving the quality of education in any country. Its importance can be explained under the following points: professional preparation of teachers, development of teaching skills, understanding learnings and learning processes. So these are very important because teacher education equips future teachers with knowledge of child psychology, teaching methods we must understand, classroom management skills, subject expertise, and instructional strategy. All four are required, which ensures that teaching becomes a professional scientific activity, not merely a routine job. And hence, we require the development of teaching skills. Why we require the development for teaching lesson planning? Through lesson planning is very important in teaching in the classroom. Effective communication, use of teaching aids, assessment and evaluation skills are required for quality education. Technology enhanced teaching are most important. Understanding learners and learning processes, teacher must learn 4 questions: how students think and learn, how to handle diversity in the classrooms, how to motivate learners, how to support slow and advanced learners. A teachers with this understanding can create positive and inclusive learning environments. Another are promoting innovation and research mindsets in the students, adaptation of modern tools and technologies, enhancing educational quality, strengthening professional ethics and values, lifelong learning orientations. So all these we require action research, class-based problem solving skills, one of the most important techniques we require, that is a reflective teaching. Now, what we require for as a modern tools and techniques for quality education, that is smart classrooms, learning management systems, we must understand. Multiple multimedia tools, we must understand. Digital pedagogy, digital pedagogy is the most important. And every teacher must understand what is exactly online teaching and assessment systems. And we have to provide well-trained teachers in the classrooms so that students can get quality educations, and hence what we require: improve student achievements, reduce dropouts rates of the students, and enhance learning outcomes. Now, professional ethics and values must be understood by understanding professional ethics, human values, sensitivity to social issues, commitment to equity and inclusions. And last is very important, lifelong learning orientation. The education is not for a particular period, it is required for lifelong of human development. So for that, teacher education cultivates curiosity, inquiry, research attitude, and willingness to update knowledge. These are very important for this. And importance of teaching education aims to prepare professionally competent, skilled, and innovative teachers who can effectively contribute to the development of the educational systems. And hence, we have to provide the quality education, and hence it is necessary to prepare the objectives of teacher education. So these objectives are very important to promote and coordinate research in the school education also. To conduct research in teacher education and pedagogy, to organize pre-service training for teachers, identify problems faced in the classroom and schools, promote research-based solutions, conduct studies on teaching methods, curriculum, learning needs, and educational reforms. One of the major things is that it is necessary to coordinate research activities among the schools, college, and university levels. Now, what is important is that conduct research in education system. Teacher behavior and effectiveness is very important. Assessment strategies, learning outcomes, use of technology in teaching. Now, every teacher must understand foundation of education, pedagogy, and subjects, methods, courses, classroom management. They must develop the ICT skills for online courses, and hence overall teaching practices in classroom must be improved. Thank you very much. Because of short period, I am not able to explain each and everything in detail.
But thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So we are come to an end. Carolyn ma'am, any remarks from your side?
It's an excellent presentation. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us. Each and every participant, the honorable speakers, presented their valuable presentation. Every point has been noted, and really we are so honored to have such an eminent personalities on our platform, sharing their insights, their knowledge, their views, the suggestions, which are very valuable, and we are going to consider them, and definitely we are going to publish a book with ISBN number, and so delighted to express on this platform. Thank you very much once again for joining us, making this program a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. So as we come to the close of this truly inspiring International Conference 2025 on SDG Agenda 2030, It is my profound honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of Vishwa Humanity Rotary International Royal Council. First and foremost, I extend my deepest gratitude to our Managing Director, Professor Dr. Vijay Carly ma'am, who stood by me and who stood by this her tireless efforts and dedication. It made everything possible. So her commitment to humanity, education, and peace, it has been the backbone of today's success. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. And we also thank today's chief guest, Empress Madani, ma'am, and we are honored to have your presence. Thank you so much. I extend my sincere appreciation to each and every distinguished speaker, whoever shared their knowledge, research, and wisdom with clarity and passion. Your contribution have enriched this conference and strengthened the mission of SDG Agenda 2030. So today, through your voices, your presentations, you have shown that peace is possible, sustainability is achievable, and global unity is our shared responsibility. As we move forward, SDG Agenda 2030, let us carry the spirit of collaboration, empathy, and humanity that we witnessed here today. On behalf of our organization, I once again thank all the participants, guests, speakers, and well-wishers who made this conference a global success. May we continue to talk together for peaceful, just, and sustainable world. Thank you. Thank you so much.